We like that. Woo! Oh.
What's good, everybody? Welcome to the Pull Up Show. My name is BJ Matthews, aka B Jizzle.
And you already know who it is. It's your co-host that does it the most. It's your boy at Rick Masters 23. Rick Masters everywhere else. At Rick Masters 23 on Instagram. Cash App $ BJ Matthews. PayPal at Broderick Masters if you want to contribute to the show. Yo, also hit them tags up on YouTube since we affiliated, man. If you want those questions answered, we get to you super quick. But y'all already know what I get into. The Pull Up Basketball Podcast shirts. The red, the black is the hostess. The red is the hostess wearing, the black is what I'm wearing, the white, the hoodies, the sweaters. Y'all know the deal, man. $35, $40 a pop. Hit us up in our DMs. B Jizzle, let's get to this discussion today, man.
Let's get into it, man. We got 17 people in right now, so hit that like button. All 17 y'all come in here, hit the like button, hit the share, hit the subscribe. Also, salute to everybody into the building. We got Mello Riley. We got Place for Keep. Salute, Rick. Yes, sir. Definitely, my guy. Salute to everybody, MJ. Salute, big bro. Appreciate you, man. Everyone, in the comment section, hit that like button, hit the share, hit the subscribe. Salute BJ in chat. Yes, sir. To the realest. And keep hitting that like button, hit the comments, all that good stuff, man. And we got a good show for y'all today, man. So y'all make sure y'all tap in, hit the comment, hit the like, hit the share, and subscribe, all that good stuff. And so Rick, how have you been enjoying these playoffs, man?
Man, let me start off by saying this. All right. The playoffs overall has been fun for me, especially the Warriors and them Kings, man. That has been, I think I'd be excited when they play, man. So let me get that out the way, man. The playoffs overall have been fun. Obviously, like I called in the beginning, the Nets getting swept. If Giannis don't come back, my Bucks ain't looking too good. We already knew Denver was going to tear up the Wolves, man. So that's looking like a sweep. They playing live right now. The Knicks looking crispy. You know what I mean? They went back home to the Garden. They doing their thing. Man, look, man. But, we hear about them Clippers, man. We hear about them Clippers and them Suns. But overall, the playoffs have been very fun. My most favorite team to watch right now is obviously, like I said, the Kings and the Warriors. They just go. That's a fight, bro. That's a fight, and that's what I'm having the most fun watching. But overall, man, it's been like a roller coaster ride. I've been loving it, man. What about yourself?
I mean, basketball. We just love basketball, so I'll watch. Almost every series. Miami and Milwaukee, I'm watching that series, of course. Giannis, you all day, Giannis, who should be coming back pretty soon. So that was good news for you and the Bucks. Also, the Warriors and Kings is definitely a high impact series. The other series I was talking about, the Lakers and Memphis series is a good series as well. That was actually, I watched the game yesterday. It was a pretty good series, and basketball is basketball, you know what I'm saying? So we always going to, tune in when basketball is coming in. But of course, the Clippers, the team that, I support, and obviously, people have been seeing what's been happening with the Clippers. It's just been a total 180 from what they were expected this season to do, be title contenders, title favorites. And due to injuries and due to circumstances that are almost damn near uncontrollable, here we are right now talking about this subject. But people are split with how the Clippers have been handling it, how the Clippers should, deal with the situation. People have been, up and down. So, I've been back and forth with this, kind of tit for tat. But the question today, man, with everything that's been happening with the Clippers, they're still in the playoffs. They're not eliminated yet. They're still in the playoffs, but they're missing, obviously, their two best players, Kawhi and PG. All-star talent, superstar talent, all that good stuff. They're missing their two best players, and they've been playing very well without them. But of course, anytime you don't have your two best players, you're not going to be able to win a series. You're not going to be able to, let alone win at the highest level. You can have a good team, you can have solid coaching, you can have, you know, a great organization, but if your top guns ain't there, you're not winning. You can't tell me a team in NBA history was won without their two best players, right? So when you look at the situation with the Clippers, bro, and what's happening right now, what do you see, and what do you see with the situation first? And then I'll respond.
All right. So let me start off by saying the situation is not looking good for the Clippers. Of course, as you already mentioned, BJ, if, you know, especially Kawhi Leonard and PG are not on that court, right? Because that's pretty much the bread and butter. That's what the owners and the organization was going after when Kawhi was leaving the, you know, Toronto Raptors. So we know that that's the top dogs, man, especially Kawhi Leonard. So just overall, to make it simple and short, you know, I don't see them surviving without Kawhi and PG, more so Kawhi. Now, before I even dive too deep into it, man, you know, you said in the beginning that there's a split with the whole Kawhi thing, and I can honestly see that. So on one side of the coin, if you ask me personally, I hope Kawhi is okay. You know, I heard the news about his sister. Me and you kind of talked about it before the show. And if you guys haven't heard, of course, you can Google it right now. You know, sister getting life in prison. And I won't go into too many details. That's not really basketball, but y'all can look that up. So I know that could be a mental thing. BJ, you have a brother and a sister. So I definitely know if something like that was happening to you, that'll probably mess with your game. On top of that, you know, Kawhi doesn't, you know, come off to me as a person who doesn't want to play, because when he plays, you see what I'm saying? Like, we know he's a dog, you know, he does what he has to do. But that's just my personal opinion about the man that I don't even know, right? I just feel like it's almost like, you know, bad luck. I put it like that, right? It's just bad luck. It's like, you know, your injuries come when we need you the most, things happen in your life, all that kind of stuff is just bad luck for you. But then on the other side of it, I can see the frustration of the fans and the organizations and things of that nature. And salute, Andre. I saw you say salute, and that nature, because it's like, man, you know, we made it to where we get you here, we give you whatever you want, we low manage you whenever you feel like it. We're not going to give you the nonsense that you have to deal with in San Antonio. You know, it's like pretty much he's royalty with the Clippers. That's pretty much his team, right? And it's, I mean, it's been known for years now. That's his place. That's his home. And I think the most frustrating part on the other side of the coin is that you have a team that literally fights to the end for you. So even when you or Paul George is not there, and especially Paul George when you weren't there, they were fighting their butts off, right? They're fighting for you, especially Westbrook. Let me make sure. Shout out to Marlon for the $1.99, man. Well, shout out to Marlon. What up? What up? But it's like, man, like, you could just look at this team, Powell, like the way these brothers are balling, man. They you got some fighters, and it's like, I can understand the frustration. Like, bro, like, come on, man. Like, we, you know, we need you. We fighting for you. So I say all that to say is, you know, I get both sides, right? I get both sides. If you're really hurt, things are going on in your life, I can't knock you for that. I'm human. I'm just like you. I can't knock you for that. But on the flip side of that, I do get when an organization or the other entity is giving you what you need, giving you the time you need. You know, if you say your head hurt, we'll let your head hurt. You know what I mean? If you say your knee hurt, we'll let your knee hurt. But when we need you, we kind of expect you to be there. And I end it like this, BJ. And I bring it down to a lower level here, like to where we all understand. Everybody has a job or business here. That's not in the NBA. All of us do, right? One thing about my career, man, is that if you like got problems at home, something happens with my son, if my mother is sick and I'm at work or I'm about to head to work and I give them short notice, like, hey, this is going on, they understand, right? Of course, you got hours you could take and all that, but they understand because they know life happens. I don't think the organizations and even the fans are mad at that. Just like my company's not mad at me when life happens, right? Because they know what I bring to the team. They know what I can do. But let me tell you something. If I was doing this for 2 years or 3 years in a row, they might start thinking to themselves, look, Rick, you're a good guy. You do your job when you are here. You know, the people at, our clients love you. You get 10/10s, but you've been doing this for 2 or 3 years and it's really affecting the company. So we might have to let you go. And so that's, I'm not saying that's what's going to happen to old Kawhi, but just to paint the picture, that could be a possibility. But what you think about what I said, B Jizzle?
Well, we got 60 people in here, man. She have over 60 likes right now. You know what I'm saying? Great opening comments, bro. Thank you for that. And thank you to Marlon for the $1.99 donation. So like we said, Kawhi was ruled out for game 3 against the Suns, out of nowhere after being the best player on the court. And if you guys don't believe me, look at the numbers that he was averaging the first 2 games. I'm sorry, actually this one right here. The first 2 games on the top, he had 38 points in the first one, 31 in the second game, shooting over 50% from the 2, 60% from the 3, over 85% from the line. And steals, had block, rebound. So he was just doing everything on the court. And I could not tell that Kawhi was even hurt after game 1 or game 2. I could not tell. He was just destroying the Phoenix Suns defense. And, we're very excited to see what we were seeing from Kawhi, man. It wasn't surprising me because I've seen Kawhi do this so many times, but a lot of people were saying, okay, Kawhi's back. So once it was told that he re-aggravated that knee in game 1, really, it's a bunch of shockwaves. Like I told y'all, I don't know if y'all know, I was in the car, I think it was like at 1:00 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, and I got a notification right here that, he's out, because he aggravated his knee in game 1. He played through it in game 2, right? Played through it in game 2, and so they said, it swelled up or whatever that morning, and he'll be out for game 3 and day-to-day of the head of game 4. So it was just a whole bunch of emotions because we were looking forward to the game. It was literally 3-4 hours before game started. And so once that happened, I was just, man, like, wow, this is so hard to overcome, man. Like, because the Clippers, people said the Clippers couldn't even win the series with just Kawhi, but I could see, the first 2 games, they could definitely possibly pull out that series with just Kawhi, no PG. But you asked for Kawhi and PG being out, they're not overcoming a fully healthy Phoenix Suns team. So that goes back to this subject. You brought up a good point, bro. Like you said, with a company, if you have a company that sees that you have a consistency of behavior and patterns that's in a negative way, you most likely will be terminated. You're going to be terminated if it's for a year, for 2 years, you know what I'm saying? You're there, but then we can't depend on you for availability. It's not your fault, but the fact that we can't depend on you is hurting the company. And that's why I look at what the Clippers right now, as a company right now, they're an organization. So you got to look at what's the best for your product. Kawhi and PG came to this team back in 2019, right? And this is when Kawhi actually won the championship with Toronto. Paul George had his MVP season. They came together as the heavy favorites, going to that season. Now, of course, that didn't happen. They lost in the bubble against the Denver Nuggets. Had a lot of things going on with that team, that situation, that year. So they ended up losing that lead to the Denver Nuggets, which, they kind of switched some things up with the team. 2021, the Clippers end up going up against the Utah Jazz in the conference semifinals. Kawhi Leonard gets hurt in game 4, getting bumped by Joe Ingles, which at that time, that was probably the best Kawhi Leonard I'd seen. And that was better to me even than the Toronto Kawhi because his efficiency was off the charts. His defense was off the charts. And I think that he was very explosive. But he tears his ACL. Nobody knew what happened until after the season ended. And they finally revealed like he had surgery. But throughout that series, they were not saying anything about, Kawhi's injury. They were just allowing people to speculate to see, waiting for the results to end, but nobody knew he had tore his ACL except Skip Bayless, who reported it during the series. But unfortunately, that's what happened. And then you look at last year, Kawhi Leonard missed the entire season, but the Clippers were having all these reports that he could possibly come back last season. So that's a second straight year mixed on top of the first year when they lost in the bubble. And now you look at the situation now where Kawhi Leonard's out with a knee sprain at the worst possible time. So these are 3 seasons right here that you can say the Clippers had a chance to get to the finals and win it all. 2021, 2022, and now this year right here. That's 3 straight years. So I want people to really take that in. 3 straight years, you have a chance to get to the finals and you don't get there because your best player is injured. And he keeps getting re-injured, and nobody knows why. So I'm gonna give it back to you, Rick, and I'm gonna go. When you respond to that, what do you hear when you see that about the Clippers losing multiple seasons because Kawhi's not there?
I mean, look, man, it just alludes back to how I opened, right, with the whole company reference. At the end of the day, man, and you said it, if a company or organization, in this case the NBA, especially the Clippers organization, is just seeing that you have a pattern, and you said it best, not your fault, because again, life happens. That's why I feel like the situation is such a great area, subjective view, because a lot of people who are emotional about it are going to be like, forget it, F them, let them go. People on the other side of the fence are going to be like, oh no, let's run it back. But outside of the emotional spectrum, if you're the company, you have to look at, okay, he's a phenomenal person. He's a phenomenal teammate. We brought him here. We know what he can do, but we can't use him. It's almost we don't know when he's going to be available. It's almost like you have a superpower, right, that could literally save the day, but it only works when it's exactly 1:00. But see, if it's 1-on-1, we can't help you. You know what I'm saying? It got to be exactly 1:00. And it's only going to hit 1:00 2 times a day. So you better hope it's around that time of day. So if y'all don't get the joke and reference, if this happens for a number of years, and like BJ just said, man, it's like you had opportunities throughout the years to possibly go to the finals and win one, but your availability is what's hurting us. And granted, to be nice and a little defensive to Kawhi, you get hurt or things happen. It's like, man, we need something more reliable. Now, I'm also going to touch on something Stephen A. Smith said on his podcast. He was like, he wouldn't even be tripping as much about the situation if Kawhi was more of a marketer and he talked more. And he was like on the sideline, basically doing podcasts or even talking to the NBA, like promoting the Clippers while he's hurt or while he's going through something. Now, I see what he was saying on that. But my only thing is that's probably just not Kawhi's cup of tea, right? Because you can't force anybody to do something they don't want to do. Plus, if it's not even in their contract to do it, then that's just extra, right? But I get what he was alluding to. It's like and I want to make sure I speak right by Stephen A. Since the organization has helped you out and giving you room to do what you had to do, the very least you could do for them is to be more marketable, even when you're probably down. So I was understanding where he was going with that, but then a side of me was like, but it's not, if it's not your contract and that's just not your personality, then it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? And so at the end of the day, man, it just jumps right back to what I said. I mean, you as an organization, you have to think to yourself, okay, do we want to run this back? Do we want to take another chance? It's not like you're giving them chances in the past, right? And it's legit reasons why he wasn't there. Or do you say, hey, man, it's been 5 years, it's been 3 years, let's just go ahead and, as people would say, blow it up and let's just, start from scratch. But regardless of the choice, it's like, man, it's such a weird thing because that Kawhi is very valuable. When he's at his best, when he's playing, when he's on the court, he makes a big difference. So it's one of those things where organizations probably like, man, I don't really want to give him up because when he is out there, he's going to do his thing. But when is he going to be out there? And so it puts you in this headspace where you don't even know what decision to make, right? It's just like, dang. So I think at the end of the day, man, if they just go off a straight business, then it's a possibility that, Kawhi could be somewhere else. That's simple. If they're going pure, business, no emotion, no attachment, because if they're looking at pattern and we don't know if he's going to be there, then they could be looking elsewhere for something else. But, if Ballmer and the rest of them guys are, they love Kawhi and they have a good relationship, then it wouldn't be, so weird to me if he's there again, if they wait on him some more and they extend his contract and they work with him. So I think it just all comes down to the relationship between Kawhi and that organization and that owner and what they talk about off the cameras and just see where it goes from there. But purely off of just straight business, man, ain't nobody gonna keep you if you're not showing results, man. And they don't know when you're gonna be available. It's just that simple.
Great sentiments, my guy. Great sentiments. We got 80 people in here. She have over 80 likes right now, man. Let's jump over to PG, man, because we said both. It's time to split them both up. So we gotta touch on PG as well. Now PG suffered an injury back on March the 21st, sprained knee. He's been out for over a month right now, and people were a little bit concerned, whether Paul George was coming back or not, or him playing at this age right now, this state of time. He has his own podcast, Paul George podcast. He makes updates every couple of weeks about the injury. Every Monday they go live. So the last couple of weeks they've been making updates about if he's gonna come back or not, or what's he doing in his training rehab. So he's been getting it in the lab. He's been running bleachers. He's been on the court. He's been getting shots up. All that good stuff we've been seeing from PG. And Paul George, to me, as good Kawhi Leonard is, I think Paul George has been the player that people look to as, Mr. Clipper. What I mean by Mr. Clipper, Kawhi's missed a full season last year, and in the year before that, he wasn't, he missed half the playoffs. And that year in 2021, when PG was taking the role from Kawhi because Kawhi got hurt, I think he got a lot of his respect back after what happened in that bubble. Actually, I know he did, because he led that team to the conference finals for the first time in, their franchise. People don't really like to bring that up, but he led that Clipper team to the conference finals for the first time when Kawhi got hurt, right? So, yeah, he did that. And also, PG, to me, is one of the most talented players that we've ever seen. Talking about a guy that's 6'8" with great handle, great shot, can do anything on the court, great athleticism, all that good stuff. You go back to when he got hurt, back in 2013 in the Olympics. People don't remember that PG, had a major injury and where his whole leg snapped in half. And most people, I just want to also put that out there, would have not returned from that injury. So just the fact that he's even playing basketball at the level he's playing at is a testimony in itself, and just shows how much PG his character is. So, I've always had the respect for PG for doing that as a basketball player. Now with the Clippers, he's, like I said, we got to ask the question at the time to break this up. So as injury prone as Kawhi has been, so has Paul George. Paul George has missed, like if you go to his, how many games he's played with the Clippers each year, he played 48 games out the 72 his first year because he had that shoulder surgery. The second year, he's played 54 games out of 82 games. Last year, he played 31 games out of 82 games. He had, a torn UCL. He had some other injuries that kept him out. And then this year, he played 56 out of 82 games. So he hasn't really been all that much more available as Kawhi outside of the years that Kawhi was, out for his injury, which was last season. But if you look at the years before that, Rick, look at the years he was in Indiana and OKC, and tell me what you see different from with the Clippers.
It looks like availability to me, besides that 14-15 mix, but it looks like availability to me. The brother was on the road. That's the good years too. When he played against LeBron in them heats, he was bringing that fire. But man, look, BJ, one thing about PG, and I'm going to say this just from subjective, my point of view, right? I think the reason why people are not really as heavy on PG as Kawhi is because PG is not the main guy. Kawhi is, right? Granted, PG is the second dude. He is a top guy, top three, whatever. So he is one of the tops. But we also saw him get injured in the game, right? We also, as fans, as viewers, as speculators of the game, we saw him get injured. We saw him get, injured with the USA team. We saw him get injured during game play. So it's almost like that can happen to anybody. Again, we're human. We understand the human existence. You can get injured in the game. The problem with Kawhi is you play game 1 and 2, you snap in game 1, you hit 31 in game 2, you look all right. And again, you're the one that can feel the pain. But see, you don't get injured during the game. You wait until it's 2-4 hours before a game. And then we got to hear, oh, man, he ain't going to make it. Wait, whoa, what? The man just dropped 31 yesterday. What we talking about? He looked fine to me. And that's not to make a shot at Kawhi. That's just to say how things look. Perception is everything. The thing about PG is when he doesn't get hurt in front of us, he's out there playing. Win or lose, he's going to play. And he plays hard and he plays well. And there's a certain quiet respect, whether you're the opposing team or whether you're the person that's rooting for him or on his team, that it's like, damn, he got hurt, but it was right in front of you. And you realize as a player, as a fan, as anything, that can happen to anybody during gameplay. So there's a subtle respect there. It's like, all right, heal up PG, appreciate you. And that's another thing, BJ. This is the type of league was what have you done for me lately? Right? Because you said 2021, the bubble. That wasn't too long ago. You know what I'm saying? That wasn't too far back. And then when Kawhi was hurt, then PG was doing his thing in the bubble. PG was doing his thing in 2021. Right? Like he's doing his thing. But then he gets hurt during the game. So I think people take that better than you not seeing you get hurt, not saying that you were not hurt, but it looks like you're appearing to be okay. And then you want to hit us up a couple hours before a game, playing a special game, but it's a playoff game, not a regular season, a game that makes a difference. And then you let us know, oh man, my right knee. Well, then why were you holding your knee during game 2? Why weren't you holding your knee during game 1? You was out there dunking and playing defense. But again, we can't speak on somebody just because, maybe his pain tolerance is good. Maybe he doesn't show that, but at least mention it. Like how you mentioned 2 or 4 hours before the game, mention it on game 1. When you're talking to your staff, when you're talking to the medical staff, make sure the news get out after game 1, after you win. Kawhi's talking about his right knee. Get us ready. Because I'm going to tell you right now, if you would have gotten us ready, we would have already been like, damn, he might not play game 2. But then you would have came and played game 2. And it's like, oh, I wonder if his knee's hurting. See, the whole game 2, we thinking, he said his knee hurt. All right, his knee doing good. So now when game 3 come around and you say you sitting out, I think we take a little bit lighter, just a little bit lighter. But the fact that we knew nothing about it until hours before the game, right? That's the difference between PG and Kawhi. PG, we see it with our eyes. He got hurt during gameplay, doing his job. But with Kawhi, it's like, yeah, I'm just not going to show up. My knee, I got a right knee sprain since game 1. But you going to wait to say that before game 3? And I think that's the issue, BJ. I think that's the difference.
Yeah. And see, that's the thing with Kawhi that I wish he just would speak more. I know people that know Kawhi personally, and his demeanor, from what I understand, is like this. He's not as quiet as people say he is. If you his friend, if you know him personally, like he's very talkative. He's very, chatter with you, but he don't really deal with the media. He don't deal with anything that comes with the media. He doesn't like talking to the media. He's very short with the media, but he's not shy. Like if he knows you, he rocks with you. He's very talkative, very funny, all that. But he doesn't have, for whatever reason, he doesn't want to actually speak when it comes to himself. And that's why I think a lot of the rumors happen with Kawhi Leonard. They're killing him on Twitter. They're killing him on Instagram, saying he don't want to play. You got people in the comment section killing him right here that he don't want to get out there and actually hoop. Well, Kawhi doesn't really take the initiative to speak out for himself and tell people what's going on. But then again, people don't know. He don't really care what people think. So it's a gift and a curse. You can't really get to Kawhi. You can't really make him do anything that he doesn't want to do. But I just wish, with all the loyalty the Clippers, the staff have shown him, giving him everything that he wanted, big deal, max deal, Paul George to come to the Clippers, private jet, allow him to go from practice from San Diego to LA his first season. All that, man. Like basically, it's just like they've given you everything that you want, man. You can't. You have to take to a point initiative. Like we need you on the court. If Kawhi Leonard's on the court, there's no doubt in my mind that we beat the Suns. If Paul George's on the court, then definitely that's a 5-game series. But you guys are seeing what's going on without Kawhi and PG these last 2 games. The Suns are not even blowing this team out, and that makes it more and more frustrating because it's like you just missing your 2 best players. And if you had them, then it would be a different story. And that's been the story for the last couple of seasons. But Rick, you got any comments you want to look at, man? And also one thing, before I let people in, if you're not a Clipper supporter, Clipper fan, or this is a stream for us right now. I'm gonna let people in. I don't have time for trolling. I don't have people. If you're a Laker fan, all that stuff, I don't have time for that right now. This is serious business. We're asking a serious, deep question: is Kawhi Leonard and Paul George, it's time to break this up? But Rick, you got it, man.
Man, I say it like this and be really quick as you let people in. Again, I'm gonna allude to, if we look at it business wise, hey, might need to blow the spot up, right? Because it's not like it happened once. It's not like it happened twice. DJ, you even said it yourself. 3 years. 3 years. All right. And I'm not gonna repeat what you just said. We give you anything you want, anything you need, and you can at least tell us during game 1 whether you want somebody to speak for you. Hey, just let the fans, let everybody know my knee giving in game 1. But we can't even get that from you. So it's okay. Mm-hmm. It's okay. Like I said, emotions aside, all that, it's okay. You still got 3 years of a pattern showing that you may or may not be here. So if we're doing it business-wise, blow the spot up. But again, I don't know the connection between Kawhi, Ballmer, like, the organization. I don't know the personal side of it. So if it's more personal and he has a good, relationship with those guys, a good relationship with the coach, whatever the case may be, we may see him still be there. That is a possibility. But at the end of the day, man, when it comes to business, you're more of a liability than an asset right now. You've been showing a trend for years, and I'm not tripping if they like, yo, we're going to try something different.
Yeah. I mean, if you ask me what I think they should do, if you got a situation like you got 2 players, right, and one of them in PG that doesn't seem injury prone to me, but for whatever reason he comes with this team, he just gets injured nonstop. You guys saw the years before that he was actually pretty healthy. So if you was healthy for a long period of time, and then you get to a team when you're 28, which was the Clippers, you shouldn't be getting injured at the rate he's getting it. And we've seen with the Clippers in the past, they've talked about this. Their players, for whatever reason, can't stay healthy. So is it a situation where there's medical staff where they need to be looked at and examined, because it hasn't just been Kawhi and PG's dealt with injuries. Chris Paul and Blake Griffin went through a lot of the same things with Lob City, right? And, that can be a possibility. But I feel Kawhi should be trying to come back, because my thing is, if you had 2 straight years where you have had the result of not being in the playoffs, you haven't been available, and they sat you out and they try to keep you away from getting injured, you get injured again. They've low managed this dude for the entire year, and he gets injured again. From the reports, what I've seen, it was just, it wasn't even about him having pain. It was just basically his knee swelling up. It wasn't even his knee, it was just his knee having like a little bit of swelling. We've seen players in the past, Rick, Kobe Bryant's our favorite player. Mm-hmm. We've seen him come back from broken fingers, sprained knees, all types of stuff. What he did. So I just don't know. The players of today I don't even want to use soft. I'm gonna say it's soft.
Yeah, we know.
I'm gonna say it. I don't know what else. I don't know how else to say it, but the players of today are just softer. I don't know if it's because of the guaranteed money they get, the contracts they get. The players are just different. But then a player like your guy, Giannis, bro, came back from the same injury as PG did. right? So at the end of the day, it's like if I'm Kawhi, bro, it's just like if you gonna go out, like you go out on your shield, man. Like don't have another narrative written about you for a third straight year. Remember, the Clippers have put this energy out for like over the last couple of seasons that Kawhi Leonard can come back from this. Kawhi Leonard come back. He doesn't come back. Now it's looking like game 3, game 4, and then game 5, the Clippers are down 3-1. He's still not gonna come back. That's gonna be another another off season when narratives Kawhi don't want to play. Kawhi's this Kawhi. Kawhi. If I was in his shoes, if it was me, I would be coming back from that injury. And I think PG can come back too. If you running bleachers and you running stairs, if you doing defensive, bro, as far as I'm concerned, you're ready to get out there and at least play. You're at least 80, 85%. You're at least 80 to 85% if you're running stairs, bleachers. Them bleachers are tall as hell in those arenas, and you telling me that you can't get out there and go run a straight line. You can't hit open jump shots. You can't play a little bit of defense. It's unfortunate, man, but I just think that the fact that Kawhi has not came out and said no, he's not going to say anything, is a reason why the narrative is going to be put out on him, bro. I think Kawhi, to me, I think Kawhi is the best player, when healthy. But unfortunately, this is where you can say the availability is the best. The availability is the best ability. So at the end of the day, when you're not on the court in the most pivotal times, bro, like you can't really defend it. So I mean, at the end of the day,
I mean, bro, look,
that's what it is.
me and you both had injuries. Now you have more serious injuries than me, but the most serious injury I ever had was my ankle. I remember freshman year of high school, bro. I literally had that bad boy. I had my tendon. I rolled it a certain way to where it was rare because the medical staff at the time was like, "How did you even roll it like that?" They were like, "Normally this part wouldn't roll." It's like the inside of my ankle, and it was a big purple knot. And I remember before it got bad later on that night, I played on it. Like I felt the pain shooting up my leg, but I played on it because you're still warm, you're still running, right? So it's not going to settle in and get bad just yet. So my point of bringing that up is people, the coach, the teammates, all they did after that, when they found out from the medical staff and they saw how bad it was, they still appreciated me, right? You gave your best efforts. We want you to heal fast, whatever. But it's like I was in the game when I got hurt. Everybody saw it and they saw me trying, right? And that's what I mean by I don't think nobody's mad at nobody when they see that. I think the biggest issue is that we have to hear it hours before the game, even though this has been messing with you since game 1 and we didn't hear nothing from you. And so I think, like I said, I just really think that's what's really like just kind of messing with people, man.
For sure.
This is I'm sorry, y'all can go.
Go ahead, Marlon.
Nah, I'm not like trolling around. I was saying like this is very unfortunate, man. Like, and I'm surprised y'all didn't bring this up. Maybe y'all may have and I didn't hear, but what about at some point in time, these fans are going to stop paying for these tickets if the player's not going to be able to play. Like that's just that's just what it is. It's another year in the books, unfortunately. Kawhi not healthy, not missing out on a great series in my opinion. Probably the best first round series outside of maybe Sacramento and Golden State, but definitely one of the best series, first round playoff series, and now it just gets broken up because of this. And I'm not gonna do. I'm not gonna question the Kawhi's injuries if they're legit or not. I do believe they're legit, but the thing is, it's like I'm like what y'all said. Like, what is possible? Like, what can be happening? So it happened in game 1. We don't hear anything. Game 2, you look fine, and then you wait till game 3 to say something after you already played in game 2. That doesn't even make any sense. So I don't know. And as far as the question, I do believe that it's time to blow it up. This is going on 4 years now. Like I said, it's like you guys said, it's bad for business. The guys are The fans are going to stop coming to these games. They don't want to keep coming to these games where their players not going to be playing. Steve Ballmer, I think it's time for him to just look and say, you know what? We tried. We gave it 4 years, but I just think it's time to let it go, man. You know what I mean? Just straight up. Maybe I guess one more year, depending on the relationship with Steve Ballmer and Kawhi. But yeah, I just think at some point you got to cut your ties, and I think that it's about that time. Yeah, I just think it's something.
Go ahead, Mass.
What's up, fellas, man? As always, salute to Broderick, and BJ for letting me come on and just say my little piece, man. This is a very interesting conversation. I'm sure this conversation is being had behind closed doors with the Clippers management. I'm curious. I wish I was a fly on the wall to hear these conversations because as great as Kawhi is, BJ said it best. You know, the best ability is your availability. And as great as Kawhi is, he just hasn't been there on the court. You know, so for me, you know, he's not going to get better, guys, right? I mean, listen, the body is not like wine, right, where it gets better with time. His body's breaking down. His knees are breaking down. And so here's my thing. You know what I'm saying? If you're Lawrence Frank and the crew, you know, you have to scan the landscape and see what's out there for this guy. You know, you bank on PG coming back. You keep your roster intact. And just imagine the group of guys you can get back for Kawhi Leonard. You pair those guys with PG and the rest of the crew, and then you make your run. I signed Rushbook. You know what I'm saying? I pulled Russ into the room and said, look, man, take a pay cut. You know what I'm saying? We're offering you this. You stay here because I think Russ has earned the right to come back. But if I'm the Clippers, I definitely, scan the landscape. You know, I go to one of these, you know, tanking teams, you know, whoever, Orlando, Houston, you know, Detroit, you know, go get some of those young talents, right? And let those guys pair with PG, Rushbook, you know, Norman Powell, etc. And so, listen, man, I mean, as sad as it is, bro, I mean, it's run its course. You know what I'm saying? I mean, listen, at what point are we going to say enough's enough? You know what I'm saying? I mean, and I know that's hard for Clipper fans to kind of soak up and realize, but is it about your feeling and liking a player? Or as a fan, is it about winning? And right now, you know, the worst feeling in sports is when your team is so close and then they lose. And they don't, and listen, the Clippers aren't losing because they're not good enough. They're losing because their best players aren't playing. Their best players not playing. And I think BJ made a great point. It's frustrating because we see the Suns and Clippers playing, fellas, and the Suns aren't really having their way. Yeah, the last 2 games are like 10-plus point wins, but those games are way closer than that. You feel me? The Suns have pulled away late. And so just imagine, you know, to me, it's the what if. What if PG and Kawhi was on the court? I have no doubt in my mind that this is a long series. This might be, you know, a 6-7 game series. And the Clippers, you know what I'm saying, might be favored to win the series. I get it. And so as Clipper fans, I understand it. I get it. But yeah, listen, man, all joking aside, time's up. You know, he has to go. I'm sorry. And then here's my last point, and BJ touched on this as well. You know, his demeanor and his lack of communication, it's a good thing and it's a bad thing because for some reason we walk away every season saying kind of like, what's going on? Because Kawhi doesn't let you into her circle, right? We're hearing things from the media. We're saying, well, his uncle talked to so-and-so. We're getting ESPN reports. Like, very rare does Kawhi Leonard come out in the media before a game, post a game, and just talk. You know what I'm saying? He's very closed in. And so that's frustrating as well because we want our basketball players to be open, transparent, communicate well, and straightforward. And with him, you just don't get it. And the Clippers have done everything that he's asked for. Things that, you know what I'm saying, of course, all superstars will get. But, you know what I'm saying? But for what the Clippers are giving out, Kawhi's not giving in return. It's almost like the Clippers are giving 75% and Kawhi's giving 25%. Like, that's not an even exchange. I expect to give my superstar everything he wants from playing, San Diego, practicing, family on flights, tickets, blah, blah, blah. But Kawhi, you're not holding up your end of the bargain because you're not available. And here's my last point. You know what I'm saying? We've seen other guys play. Listen, if you're injured, you can't play. I get it. No arguing for me. But if you're hurt and your knee is swollen and it's sore, come on, man. Listen, bro. I mean, it's when to go home. We've seen Kobe with a torn ligament on his shooting hand, ankle size of a tennis ball. Got it done in 2010. You know what I'm saying? And so no excuses. You fight. Listen, we saw Kawhi Leonard limping around in 2019 versus Milwaukee, Philly, and the Warriors. It wasn't a problem then. Wasn't his knee swollen then? He was literally like limping on one knee, getting it done.
That was a contract year, I think.
I don't care what year it was, bro. He was getting it done. It's the postseason. I don't care what year it was, contract or not, bro. He needs to play. He's not injured. He's hurt. So mental toughness, you fight through it. Bro, this is a team sport. You're there for your guys. Come on, man. It's crazy. But other than, listen, last point. If worst case is, explore it. That's it. Clippers just explore options for him. And then if they want to run it back, then run it back. But good luck, because this isn't going to get any better. It hasn't got better. He's going this way. He's not going this way. So Clipper fans, I mean, good luck, man. Good luck.
Alpha Rule, what's good, man?
What's up with you, man? I think most people don't understand that the whole Kawhi, Paul George thing has a snowball effect. So let's just look at how do you build a team. You build your team through the draft, and you build your team through free agents. Well, they gave up a lot of draft picks to get Paul George, so it is what it is. Now, we're talking about free agents. They lucked up and got Russell. They were able to get him in, see how he worked out, because this has been an audition for us, and it looks pretty good. I think he's a true Clipper. He's way more of a Clipper than he was a Laker. But any other free agents that want to sign with the Clippers, there's too much, how should I say it? There's too much uncertainty. I wouldn't sign with the Clippers. I don't know what team I'm going to be on. I know Kawhi is a great player. I know Paul George is a great player, but I'm seeing the same thing over and over again. The Jeremy Grants of the world, the Halliburtons that's going to be coming up pretty soon. There's a lot of players out there that probably would like to come to Los Angeles, but they're not going to go to the Clippers just because it's a lot of uncertainty. So for the Kawhi situation, for championship teams and organizations, you got to make tough-ass decisions, man. I remember seeing the Lakers trade Shaquille O'Neal back in the days. And I want to say 75% of the city was more Shaq than they were Kobe. When everybody heard that Shaquille O'Neal got traded, it was like, oh, shit. Now, the Lakers had a vision on, I got a younger player. Obviously, they have beef going on in the locker room, but we've been winning. But I got to make a decision. Right now, it's time for somebody to put their big dog draws on and make some tough decisions. Because I don't know if you can go into next year and wait to the trade deadline to trade Kawhi, because in the beginning of the season, he's going to be doing load management. Even Paul George is going to be doing load management. So if they don't trade them this summer, there's a possibility. Okay, let's look at the risk and reward. The reward is both of them stay healthy, you come back, and they push for the playoffs, and they get a chance to win a championship. Okay, that's a good reward. That's not bad. The risk is they get injured again, you can't get rid of them, and you ain't going to get no trade value for them. That's a strong possibility. If this happens again, who's going to come get them? So I'm just saying, me looking from the outside in, and I know it's more personal for the Clippers fans, but just as a basketball fan, there's some pieces that they can get. I like the Jaylen Brown. I think that would be a good piece. I think a package going back, send Kawhi back to Toronto. Toronto will love Kawhi to come back, and they'll give up a whole lot of stuff for Kawhi. There's a couple of places that you can get that I don't think it has to go from being championship caliber team to going to trash. I think they can make a trade, still be very good and competitive, but give their foundation of the organization a better foundation moving forward.
Okay, appreciate it, my guy. See, Andre, good. What's good, man?
What's up, BJ? Salute the channel, salute the panel. I mean, I agree with the topic that the Clippers should possibly look into trading Kawhi and PG, because it'll be 5 years going into another season with the same potential, with the same thing, and you don't know when these stars are going to be healthy to help you compete for a championship. And if you look at the payroll next year Kawhi and PG are both going to make $90 million, if I'm not mistaken. That's almost 2/3 of the salary cap right there. So if you're Steve Ballmer, why would you want to keep putting money into this thing? And it's not getting you anywhere. It's not even getting you to the NBA Finals. So, you should just look into getting rid of these guys and try to get something for them. Kawhi's breaking down right in front of our eyes, and you should look to possibly get rid of him before he deteriorates completely. If he deteriorates completely, it could reduce the potential talent you can get for him. So you do it as soon as possible and try to get as much pieces as you can get back, because the Clippers is not an organization that attracts free agents that often. Because if you look at the last 5 years, like how many free agents have signed with the Clippers, So that's a move that Steve Ballmer should definitely look into making. And Paul George is a great player. We all know that. And he's not breaking down as Kawhi, because if he's not healthy, if he's healthy, we know he's going to give you 100%, but his health is a major concern. So I think looking into trading both of them should be the way to go. And one more thing is that if you're a free agent and you're looking at the Clippers, I don't think any free agent would want to play there, because number one, Kawhi and PG are always hurt, or most of the time hurt. And two, you don't know, if you get hurt, the medical staff could potentially shut you down and stop you from playing. Because if you look at John Wall, that's the same thing they did to him. So I don't think any free agent would look to play with the Clippers. So the best move possible is to just trade both of them and start from the scratch.
Okay. What's up? Get my shine on, man. It's good.
What's good, brother? What's good, bros?
What's good? What's good?
Yeah, bro, what's good?
All right. This is why none of us can make this decision yet. All right. So I'm glad he spoke on the John Wall situation.
Yeah,
John
taking
Wall.
on that nigga, man. Y'all gotta stop taking it easy on that nigga.
So John Wall, that whole situation don't make no sense at all. John Wall was out of it. He was what, resting for 2 years, and he come back and he can't play. That's crazy. Patrick Beverly in the bubble, they was out what, 3 or 4 or 5 months. Came back, he's on minute restriction in the bubble. That don't make no sense. CP3, when he left, he bashed that staff over and over and over. He said, man, he said, now that I got a new staff and I see what I eat and how I train over here, he said, man, I don't know what in the hell they was doing over there in LA. He bashed it. Serge Ibaka, he tried. I don't know if he ever sued him or not, but there was talks about him suing him because when he got second opinions, they said, man, what in the hell was they doing with you over there? Now, Kawhi, we can't question whether Kawhi is going to play in pain. We saw it in 2019 without LA's medical staff. Okay, Paul George on his podcast is questioning the medical staff. Well, I don't know why they got us doing this. So the only people who know the actual truth to all this is going to be Ballmer and the GM and Jerry West. They see the emails, they see the conversations behind closed doors. If they come up like BJ's predicting and I'm predicting, if they come up and they fire this medical staff as soon as they get eliminated and they start cleaning house, then you know that they know, man, Kawhi and PG was saying, hey, man, we ready to play. They won't put us on the court. Lawrence Frank said that. He said, man, Kawhi's dying to play. We holding him out. He didn't have to say that. He could have said, man, he could have been like Tony Parker or Popovich. Man, we want this man on the court, but hey, Kawhi ain't playing. He could have said that. But with the minute Tony Parker and Popovich did that, that's why he left their ass, went to Toronto. They treated him right. He got on the court in pain on one leg and was dunking on all y'all's MVPs, y'all favorite players in the league. So I'm just like BJ.
This is a damn shame when I'm here. This is a damn shame.
I'm just like BJ. The medical staff's got to go. And then the only people that can really assess this truthfully is the owner and the GM. They know what they're dealing with PG, Kawhi, and the medical staff, the conversations, the emails. all the proof. Every player that goes to the Clippers is saying that staff is terrible. So, and like BJ said, Giannis came back on the same thing that PG's running up and down the stairs on. Man, you don't run up and down the stairs if you can't get on the court. That's a crying shame. So why ain't he on the court? It makes zero sense at all. All of it makes zero sense for every player I just named. None of that shit adds up. But we'll see how they handle this situation going forward. And of course, there's gonna be people coming in this chat just gonna try to say, "Well, Kawhi needs to get on the court." Bro, the motherfucker was on the court 2019. He wasn't crying in. So how you gonna? You know what I'm saying? Lawrence Frank just said he wants to play. Lawrence Frank didn't say nothing but that. They held him off the court. He didn't hold himself off the court. And then as far as what Broderick was saying, Broderick, the man could have woke up after game 2 and said, "Hey man, my knees swelling. Let's treat it. Let's treat it all day long. We're gonna push this all the way to game time and try to get this swelling down." Maybe that's what the medical staff said. Hey, if we get the swelling down, we'll let him on the court. That's why it took all damn day. That's the only thing. What other reasons are going to take all day for? Nothing. Anything else you're going to say is going to be conspiracy. So I'm with BJ. We'll see how they handle this medical staff.
I appreciate you, my boy.
But this is how we beat conspiracy. The player himself should say something to his fans. That's how I look at it.
Okay. What about in 2019, Roger?
I'm not telling you. No. Here's the thing.
But that's 1 year out of his whole career, though.
He didn't say nothing in 2019. He won a ring for you. He wasn't talking then.
Here's my thing.
The only reason you're saying that now because he lost, because the Clippers losing. If the Clippers are winning, we wouldn't be saying what is he talking.
Man, let me have the floor because I'm tired of this.
I'm gonna let you have it, but I'm gonna respond to him. So here's my thing. We already know Kawhi's not a big talker, but just by reading what BJ posted for everybody to read, he was having issues since game 1. We have social media. We got all kind of things you can talk to people with. At the end of the day, just to cut the conspiracy, to cut everything, just mention that I'm having knee problems. I said mention it. That's it.
Did he mention it in 2019?
What does that have to do with what's going on right now?
I'm saying nobody's saying in 2019 while he's winning.
Career, bro. That's 1 year.
Like that. What I'm saying is what's going on right now. Like, why not mention it?
This shit getting out of hand.
Go ahead, Herm. Go ahead.
Go ahead,
man.
This is getting out of hand. What's happening, BJ? What's happening, bro? Man, shout out to the Pull Up Podcast, man. Y'all brought us some great points. I understand the frustration that's going on with the fan base and anybody that support Kawhi Leonard. I understand the frustration. This shit get old, man. End of the day, he is what he is now, and y'all motherfuckers got to accept it. There ain't no reason that people should still go back to 2019 and use that as he did it in nigga, this is 2023. That nigga ain't did that shit in 4 damn years. That nigga ain't finna do that shit no more. Kawhi Leonard is what he is. The Clippers should go ahead, scrap this whole goddamn roster and start new. That's what the hell they should do. Sitting up here making excuse, the medical staff, this, medical staff, that. That means it's gonna be the second goddamn medical staff that did a bad job with Kawhi Leonard. Man, that shit don't make no sense. This shit don't happen like that on the regular, man. At the end of the day, with his condition, his knee always gonna swell up. You look up his condition that he got right there with the genital knees and shit. And that's common. That's a common thing. So at the end of the day, man, when we talk to guys that played in the league, when it comes to those superstars, the superstars ultimately, if they really want to, they can make the decision to get their ass out there if they really want to. And in the position that the Clippers are in right now, it's been 4 years, man. Y'all ain't done shit. You got to get it done. You got to risk your body. You got to go all out. Because the Clippers not going to get any better than what they are now because they got the team now. You're not going to get any better. It's going to be a whole other season that you got to hope and pray that Kawhi Leonard and Paul George stay healthy. And we know that shit is not going to happen. Not no whole damn year. So we sitting right here being delusional and making excuses over a guy because we like him. Fuck all that. I like Kawhi Leonard, but fuck all that. He is what he is, and he's going to stay this way for the rest of his goddamn career. And y'all motherfuckers got to accept it. Dude, the Clippers will never win if they keep this type of bullshit up. They got to get somebody
Kawhi got to be like a number 2 or number 3 guy. He can't be the man and win. The Clippers have to somehow, some way get a true number 1 guy that's going to lead the way, regardless if Kawhi Leonard ass play or not. If they don't do that, you might as well scrap the whole goddamn roster. If you ain't doing that, scrap the whole roster. Because at the end of the day, Kawhi Leonard is not going to be the man to get y'all a damn championship. Because this type of shit going to happen year after year after year. And motherfuckers want to go back to 2019. Fuck 2019, nigga. Fuck that shit, nigga.
Why you didn't say nothing about Paul George this whole time? That
Even
doesn't
if
tell me you
even-
quiet hater. Get that off stage.
Herb,
Why you didn't say nothing about Paul George the whole time?
Hold on.
Paul,
Hey, Herb.
why Paul George ain't
Nah,
on the court,
nigga,
but why you didn't speak on that?
Who's the best player? Who's the best player on the team, nigga? Who the best player on the team?
No, we talking about the medical staff and
Nigga,
health
who
wise.
the
We ain't
best
talking about who the best player is.
Nigga, who the best?
That's
who the
irrelevant.
best player
That's
on the
irrelevant.
team, nigga?
That's
Answer the
irrelevant.
yes, it
That's
is relevant,
irrelevant.
nigga. Who the best player on the team,
BJ
nigga?
Broderick's topic is nothing you ain't speaking on. You ain't speaking on the medical staff.
Guess what? Guess what? I could have gone 2021, motherfucker. Paul George is out there. You want to know why y'all motherfuckers didn't beat the Suns? Why y'all didn't beat the Suns in 2021, motherfucker? Since you want to get smart.
That ain't got nothing to do with the topic. That ain't got nothing to do with the
you
topic.
brought up 2019. I bring it up 2021.
Yeah, because we talking about health. We talking about health decisions here.
I'm talking about health. This is pertaining to
No, you
health.
ain't. You talking about one player.
Yes, it is.
You ain't talking about John Wall, sir. You ain't talking about nothing.
Suns? Man, fuck that. Why the Clippers didn't beat the Suns in 2021?
That ain't got nothing to do with nothing. You all off topic, bro.
Nigga, answer
get
the
the next
question,
man on
nigga.
stage.
Stop running around the question, nigga.
You
Stop
asking
running
stupid
around
questions.
the
Ain't got
question.
nothing to do with
BJ,
the
put
topic.
this nigga backstage, man, because he making excuses.
You talk about stuff that ain't got nothing to do with Broderick
Nigga
and
making
BJ's topic,
excuses
bro.
and shit. You
Hold
a
on,
sad
let me
nigga,
go to
man.
Bruce.
Stop making
Let me
excuses,
go to Bruce
man.
real quick.
Sad
Let me go
ass
to Bruce real
nigga,
quick.
man.
Let me go to Bruce real quick. Got Bruce, and then y'all can have open talk. What up, Bruce?
Hey guys, how you guys doing? I'm happy
What's
to
going
join
on, Bruce?
I'm happy to join the funeral. I see a lot of eulogy going on,
The funeral.
a lot of roasting going on. Man, you guys love Kawhi and you're fighting each other because you love Kawhi. I know is just disappointed that Kawhi is not playing. I know Get My Shine On, or I hope that's the right name.
Yeah, that's it.
You blaming the medical staff. Okay, I don't know. I hope it's the medical staff.
I'm saying we gonna see. They can't. None of us know the whole story, bro. We ain't backstage. We just out here in speculation. That's all. That was my whole point. That's all.
All I know is the season is over. I'm not gonna lose sleep. I'm not gonna get emotional. I'm not gonna go online on YouTube to fight because Kawhi is gonna get his check and he's gonna go to San Diego. So, should the team be split? Yes. Why would I keep putting my money in a pocket that has holes? Right? Why would I waste my money? If I'm Balmer, as soon as the season is over on Tuesday, which is likely, the next day I just clean house. Batum has to go, Maurice has to go, Kawhi has to go, PG has to go. But their contract, I don't know who's gonna take Kawhi? Who's gonna take PG? They're injury prone. And another thing, people make fun of injury of Kawhi and Paul George. There's a lot of players in the NBA. They are injury prone. KD is injury prone. Chris Paul is injury prone in the playoff. So if you're laughing about Clippers situation, you better be careful if you are a Suns fan. And I'm talking about Melo. Embiid, he's hurt right now. He's injury prone. Every year there's something wrong with him. So
Giannis hurt. Butler stay hurt all the time. Klay Thompson will hurt 2 or 3 years.
So let's not like
who's laughing at injuries? No one's doing
let's
that.
not jump at the bandwagon of
can't
hating
tell.
on Kawhi. I just think that they don't. I think that there's a curse on the Clippers, and Kawhi is not helping. You just need to go somewhere else.
We got 153 people in here, man. Hit the like button, hit the share, hit the subscribe, hit the Cash App, hit the $sign BJ Matthews, hit the PayPal, Broderick Masters. Link on top of the chat box. Y'all can do y'all thing if y'all like what y'all hearing. Rick, you want to respond to anybody?
No. Because I mean, for the most part, I think Bruce said it pretty much perfectly. You know, when you're emotional about a certain player or a team, especially if it's your team, you know, it's gonna bother you. But ultimately, he ended it how I agree with. You know, let's make some options. Let's see something else because we already have a pattern. We see that you're not going to be available. It is what it is. I think a lot of people on the panel pretty much said the same thing in their own perspective. Just go ahead and just let's see what's out there, man. Let's just see what's out there.
Hey, bro, I think if you could somehow, some way get a true number one guy, and you could still keep Kawhi, and he could be a number 2 or 3, cool. You could do that, but if you can't find that, yeah, you gotta break the whole damn team. Though. You can somehow be Paul George and put him in the package with some guys that can long pass somebody they would want, and you can get to compliment Kawhi Leonard and Kawhi can compliment them. I say do it that way first. But if you can't, yeah, you got to get rid of both of them. Let's go both of them. It is what it is, man. We got to accept it. I don't know why guys want to be delusional. I love Kawhi game. I think I loved it because he stood on his two, went to Toronto, and gave a goddamn country their only championship they're probably ever gonna win. That's some good shit. But at the same time, he ain't shit since then. I was getting 2021. That motherfuckers would easily win the championship because on the court. And he got hurt. And they fall short. That's going to be a constant trend. You've seen it in this series that, damn, the Clippers are actually better than the Phoenix Suns. But guess what? He got hurt again. This going to be a constant trend. This shit is never going to change. No matter how we view it, you can have all the goddamn delusional hopes in the world. This shit gonna always happen. So you gotta scratch this shit as a start fresh. Now I know Ballmer tired of this shit, and we can't keep blaming the medical staff because that would be 2 medical staffs that they were basically blamed. These are professional doctors that have been working for years and went to school and did all this shit for years. You can't tell me that a player always find bad medical staff. That shit don't happen like that, man. So we got to be real with ourselves and just face reality. That's what we got to do.
Also, too, Herm, you know what I'm saying? There's a topic that we haven't touched on yet. Not only, fellas, is it not fair to the ownership and the fans, bro, this ain't fair to his teammates, man. Like, these guys got to deal with different lineups. Guys can't get in a rhythm. You know what I'm saying? It's not fair to Tyronn Lue. He can't get a consistent lineup going, no chemistry. Like, all this shit matters, man. And so it's a domino effect. I think somebody said that earlier. You know what I'm saying? With Kawhi and PG in out the lineup, I mean, it's kind of unfair to wake up every morning as a coach and just be on thin ice, not knowing who you got to go with that day. And so, you know what I'm saying? Listen, it's a tough decision to make. And Bruce, everything you said, bro, I agree with 1,000%, man. This offseason, Morris has to go. You know, Batum has to go. You know, figure out Russ. I think Russ stays on a lower deal, obviously, my opinion. But with Kawhi Leonard, bro, they have to, you know, go out there and at least see what they can get for that dude, man. Because at some point, man, guys like Terrence Mann, Bones Holland, Zubac, Tyronn Lue, like, they deserve a consistent role and a consistent roster, bro. Like, I mean, that is crazy to me. Like, Terrence Mann hasn't even been able to develop because of all these different lineup changes. You know what I'm saying? One day he starts, the next week he don't play that much. It's just like, bro, I mean, this ain't how a team is supposed to be constructed or operate. And here's my last point. Like, and then people wonder why we, you know what I'm saying, non-Clipper fans always say this is the Clippers being the Clippers. You know what I'm saying? Like, the Clippers act like they got years in the future to still win. No, your time is now. PG and Kawhi, your time is now. And BJ made a great point. I think it was BJ who said that. If you're Paul George and you're running up stairs in the arena, bro, that's like an incline. That's way more stress on your sprained knee than running, you know, north, south, east, or west. You think it would be easier playing on a basketball court, hardwood floor. And so, I mean,
that was one of my points. Exactly. My whole point is that.
Yeah, you Clipper fans have a
Something ain't
right
right
to be
over
upset,
there. I don't
man.
care if you like it or not.
Yeah, you Clipper fans have a right to be upset, man. You have a right to question the organization. You guys have a right to question the medical staff. I mean, as a fan of that team, bro, you guys have a right to be angry all across the board, bro, because it's not cool, man. Bro, it's bad business. It's bad business, period.
They just screwed John Wall over with this shit, bro. And I'm not.
Yeah, I agree.
John Wall is not good as Westbrook, so I'm not going there. Not at this stage in their career. That's a different day, different argument.
At no
But
stage.
but John Wall was out for 2 years. What you mean load management, bro? Get the hell out of here with that shit.
Yeah, that was
It don't make no sense, and I'm not making excuses for nobody. All I'm saying is we got to see how this shit play out because something ain't adding up. Bro, the math ain't mathing in L.A., bro. It's not mathing. I don't care if anybody likes it or they don't like it. If you love Kawhi, you hate Kawhi. The shit ain't adding up, bro. Every player over there calls out the medical staff. Every player. So it ain't about Spurs, medical. Every player over there's called them out, bro. It ain't just one player. This shit is across the board.
I just don't understand, like, the whole load managing thing, like, clearly isn't working. Like, at what point are you just gonna let that go? Like, it's not working. Like,
didn't Paul George say that too?
Yeah, I mean, it's just,
exactly.
There's no point to be doing something that you clearly see is not working for your franchise. It's just, it doesn't make any sense. Again, this is going on 4 years now. At what point do you cut your losses? This is not like a first or second year thing, man. We're going through the same nonsense every year.
Yeah, I don't mind saying Kawhi needs to get on the court, bro. But it's like the dude just said, if PG's running down the stairs, why the same hate ain't on him? Get on the damn court.
So
that's all I said.
Let me ask y'all this question since y'all making good points. 150 people in here, man. We should have over 150 likes. So who thinks Kawhi and PG need to play them on Tuesday? If you was in this situation and you part of this organization, you a fan, whatever, you as teammate, what are you thinking Kawhi and PG should do?
I think they need
PG needs to be on the court. He's
both of them need to be on the court. Both of them need to be on the court.
The only thing about Kawhi, bro, if his knee is the biggest of body part, he can't play.
If I was a teammate, I ain't gonna lie. If I was a teammate, I'd probably be throwing blows with both of them motherfuckers. Because man, we going.
I know Kawhi not playing.
We don't but we sitting up here asking these questions about y'all motherfuckers every day. We camping for y'all motherfuckers, and y'all motherfuckers ain't gonna sacrifice everything for us. Fuck you. I probably would have fought both of them because y'all not leaving it all out on the line. Because that's one thing about the team aspect. We all giving in 100%. We gonna give our body up for each other, and you guys are not willing to put your body on the line for us to be successful. And the fact that you're not sacrificing for me, why the fuck should I sacrifice for you? Man, I agree with that.
How do y'all think Westbrook feels? Westbrook came over here thinking he was about to be with Kawhi and Paul George, have a chance to rewrite, his career. People talk about he can't play winning basketball, and now first year over, he got to come deal with this. I mean, it's just sad, man.
No, it's real sad. The only thing about Kawhi though, we don't know the swelling is like that shit like a basketball swelling, or that shit like shit like a softball swelling. Like if it's where he can't fucking run at all, he gonna hurt the fucking team being on the court. What good is that gonna do?
And that's question,
he's not gonna play.
Now that's the question. But that shit Paul George is doing, bro. That shit he doing.
We don't even got to.
Bro, he needs to be on the fucking court.
Not playing.
Paul George need to be on the damn court. But it's like Lawrence Prince said, bro. They holding him out.
Yeah, getting my shine on.
But I mean,
he said that shit on the microphone.
But the medical staff could only do so much. Like the players could be like, "Nah, I'm playing." I highly doubt that they're like, "No, bro, you're not playing." I don't think Paul George is a superstar.
I could see that nigga working for real because we gonna fight. I'm gonna get in this shit, but I think I'm gonna call his ass out. I probably gonna hit him in his jaw. If he fight me back, yeah, your bitch ass get down on that court, nigga, because you would quit to fight me. You moving on that knee, pretty good fighting my ass.
Yeah, that's
the bitch
true.
Ass
you're always losing.
You do that, that's gonna suspend both of y'all. That ain't gonna do no good.
Yeah, that's not smart.
Man, this is not boxing, man. You're always trying to punch people.
Behind the scenes.
He talking dumb, bro.
Behind the scenes in practice, fights happen all the time. Behind the practice, man. Hey, BJ, how would you feel, bro? Year after year after year, man. Y'all been speaking highly.
We all know it's a disappointment. We agree with that.
Hold on, Mom. BJ, you play professionally. Roger, you can agree with it too. I know you know too. You answer questions every damn day about these same two niggas. You lying, you capping, you really speaking highly of these niggas. You sacrificing your body. You playing great so you guys can keep your head above water. this whole goddamn season. And when you finally do make it to the playoffs, because you're holding it down the whole year, both of them niggas ain't even there. And now you playing your heart out, but you still ain't got enough to get it done. But you know, if you had them two niggas out there, y'all would have won. That shit gets frustrating, bro. Year after year, the same shit. Man, that shit get old. I would have got in that face by now, to be honest. I would have.
And at some
Got
point,
no choice.
at some point, like so, I mean, I'm sure you guys could agree with that. At some point, you can't just keep saying if healthy, if we were healthy. I mean, at some point, you can't say that anymore. I mean, it's just that's just how it is.
Well, that shit, that part's old.
Yeah.
All I'm saying is there's players coming in and out of LA and they all saying the same shit. That's my only question. And how many of y'all have a family doctor where y'all wife say, "Hey man, we ain't taking kids back to this doctor no more. This doctor don't know what the fuck you talking about." So you can't say that shit. You can't say that just because he got a degree, he's somebody. That ain't true, bro.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, man. Hey, Mingo Jester, man, what's good, brother? Hey, and Herm, definitely I'll have a problem with that. Just to answer your question.
What's happening?
That'll be me. What's good, bro?
Well, I mean, what do you start with the Clippers? I mean, one thing about me is like I've been watching basketball for a while now. I mean, even with the Clippers, you can go all the way back to Lob City with Chris Paul and those guys. I mean, I don't understand what it is with this Clippers organization. I don't know whether it's an organization. I don't know whether it's the players, the coaching staff. I don't know what it is with these guys. Like they always have the team, but they never could get anything done. It always seemed like that. They have a team, but they could never get anything done. It never happened for these guys. I don't understand what be going on. The only time they've been healthy, I mean, if you fast forward to this team right here with the Clippers, I mean, the only time they've been healthy is when they was in the bubble and they still lost. They blew a 3-1 lead. Like, I mean, I don't get it with this team. Like, I try to root for the Clippers. I try to go for them. I try to ride with them, but it's kind of hard when every time you turn around, it's something. 2021, they were having a great playoff run. Kawhi get hurt. I mean, it's always something. Like, I'd be like, man, look at the oh my goodness. I ain't even surprised no more. This year, they had the Suns on. Even Kawhi by himself had the Suns on the road. Had the Suns on the ropes by itself. And now all of a sudden he go down. I'm like, oh Lord, okay. I don't know what's going on, but I guess I'll figure it out someday. But like I say, they always have a team, but they can never seem to get the job done. It always been like that with the Clippers franchise. They have a team, but they never could get it done.
Hey, what's the common denominator? You got new coaches, you got new owners, you got new everything. What's the common denominator? They new.
It's just bad luck. And I want to say this. See, it's one thing, like, and I'm sure I agree.
That's all I want to know.
Yeah, but I gotta ask y'all this, and like I'm sure y'all probably agree with me. Like, it's one thing, like, if you're a franchise and you just like filled with drama or something, like the Nets last year, and they just that team was a mess, had a whole bunch of drama, forcing the coach, trying to get the coaches fired, and Katie and Kyrie was on the bunch. I mean, that was just a really bad look for a franchise. It's one thing when you got like just issues like that going on in your franchise. This situation, it's just like, bro, you don't even have outside noise and stuff like that going on like that. You got the guys, you just can't get it. It seems like it's something every year. The one, and like my man Mingo Justin just said, the one year that they had it together in the bubble, they was up 3-1 and they blew it. That was the one year I thought they were going to win the championship that year. I picked them to win. I thought that was their year. They blew it. Okay, that's fine. That's 1 out of 4 years. But at some point, and I just want to ask you this, if something keeps happening over and over again, like in 2021, you want to say, okay, we would have won, if healthy, that's cool. The next year, if at some point we can't just keep playing the whole if healthy thing. As much as because I wanted to see this series, you know what I'm saying? Everybody healthy together. I wanted to see that, and it would just be better for the sport of basketball. Honestly, not even just as a KD fan, but just as a basketball fan, really. But I mean, I don't know. I'm like you guys. I don't know what it is with this franchise. I don't know if it's just bad luck, but I just think it's Steve Ballmer, man. You just gotta let this go, man. Let it ride.
BJ, man. I'm a Rockets fan, and so you guys all see my thing in the background and shit, man. But this kind of gives me the vibes of the 2000s with my Rockets, with Yao and Tracy. Good team, could have won it. Had the Lakers, down 1-0 in the 2008 second round. Should have beat them with Yao Ming. But T-Mac and Yao could just never be healthy at the same time, it seemed like. So, so I understand what Clipper fans are going through. It's frustrating, especially when you have a roster that you feel like can get it done. Because let's face it, the Clippers do have a complete roster, right? And it's just sad and frustrating when, like your team doesn't get a fair shake. You know what I'm saying? And then my last point is I'm not sure why Mingo Justice said that Kawhi had the Suns, whatever he said, bro. The series was tied 1-1 with Kawhi Leonard. So
Yeah, I was gonna say that's
I'm not sure why Mingo said that Kawhi had the Suns on the ropes. No, he didn't. They're tied 1-1.
Yeah, that's starting to get overblown a bit.
Hold on. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. He won a game. Hold on.
They were going back to LA, so that's on the ropes.
No, that's the reason why I said that. Because Kawhi was out there winning games. Kawhi was out there winning games with that Stacks, the Phoenix Suns team, by himself.
No, he won a game.
So my thing is,
on the road. He didn't just win a game. He won that bitch on the road in a hostile environment.
He won a game. He didn't win games. He won a game.
Yes, he won a game. Yes, he won a game.
That's all you're supposed to do. That's all you're supposed to do.
But when it's tied 1-1 because they're on the rope.
We all agree that
when you're down,
listen at what I'm saying. But listen at what I'm saying. In a 7-game series,
this notion that
but in a 7-game series, that's what you're looking for. You're looking for to get a win. Hold on, but you're looking for in a 7-game series. You're looking for to get an advantage on the other team's home court. That's what the Clippers did. They got a win on the Suns' home court. So with that being said, going back to LA, if they still hold on, let me finish what I'm saying. Let me finish what I'm saying. You look for an advantage in a 7-game series. The Clippers had the advantage because they won a game on the Suns' home floor. When they're going back to LA, if they have Kawhi, I think they have a good chance of eliminating the Suns because they won that game on the Suns' home floor. That gives them advantage over the Suns going back to LA.
But you
even though the Suns won a game too.
Stop it, man.
But you said on the road, we all agree that Kawhi was playing amazing. But this notion that if he was healthy, it would have been no chance of the Suns winning. It's just not true. That's just y'all are just making that up.
You said what now?
I said the notion that you and a lot of other people are trying to build that. If Kawhi was playing, it would have just been this dominant. It wouldn't even have been a close series. That's just not true.
That's not what nobody's saying, dude. Stop making up stuff. I never said that.
You said on the ropes. That's literally what.
What on the ropes mean? Is on the ropes is the knockout? Is that a knockout? No, it's not. It's on the ropes.
On the ropes is when you're down 2-1, down 3-1, tied 1-1, and on the ropes, man. Stop it, man. What are you talking about, man?
Listen, all I'm telling you is, the Clippers had gained advantage because they won the game with the Suns or on the Suns' home court. They won the game. So what I mean by on the ropes is they had the advantage going back to LA. That's what I mean.
And you got a good point. They want to hear.
What are you saying? Don't try to twist my words. What I'm saying. That's not what I was thinking about.
They was on the ropes of going down 3-1. That's what they was on the rope. That's what he's saying.
I don't agree with that. I definitely don't agree.
You ain't gotta agree. Don't make it wrong.
You're a Suns fan. You're gonna say that, but
don't make it wrong just because you don't agree.
Going back to LA where all the LA shooters are gonna shoot high powered, and you saw Norman Powell drop 30 something on your head. They was going back to LA where the LA players are gonna play better. That's what he's saying.
So again,
it's supposed to be 2-0, but it wasn't 2-0. That's all. That's what he's saying.
Now it's supposed to be 2-0. See, come on, man.
Yeah, you're supposed to defend your home court. It's a 7-game series. You're supposed to win 4, and they supposed to win 3. That's what's supposed to happen, but it don't always happen. That's all he's saying. That's all he's saying.
I think the thing that Mr. Jester was saying, they have the momentum to take it 3-1. And it's crazy that he said that because before the start of the series, a lot of people didn't even think they had a chance because they didn't have PG. I think 14 media personalities picked the Suns over the Clippers when they didn't have Paul George. We're still saying now they could have took a 3-1 lead based off how Kawhi was playing, how Westbrook was following up, and then their role players was actually falling behind them. So, hey, I think they could have took it 3-1. And That's why I asked the question. So if Kawhi and PG come back, right? Let's just be hypothetical. I'm just gonna be hypothetical. Let's say they come back for Game 5. Do y'all think they can win that game?
Hell yeah.
No.
Not in Phoenix. If it was last game, I would have said yeah, but not in Phoenix.
If you talking 30 plus minutes, 40 minutes, hell yeah, they're gonna win that game.
No.
Kawhi and Paul George are going to come fresh off an injury, play 40 minutes in Phoenix, and win a game like it's nothing.
Yeah,
Bro,
that's
that is a bias. That is such a biased take, bro. Come on, bro.
What you mean? They're not fresh off a 2 month injury.
Fan. You talking about me being? You are just being complete. That is exactly what you're doing, bro. You're being biased. Stop it, bro.
Let me just ask.
Bro, you know you're being biased.
Paul George is running bleachers, bro. If he comes back, he's playing 40 minutes. There's no way in the hell you bringing Paul George and Kawhi back to play 20-minute games.
Bro,
no way in hell.
So it's just best case scenario. Everything's gonna be great. Kawhi and Paul George are gonna come back. They're gonna be completely healthy, and they're just gonna go in there and win the game like it's nothing, bro. Like that's not even real. That's not how basketball works.
They're not. So you think they're coming back to play 20 minutes? You really think that?
First of all, I don't think they're coming back at all. I don't think they're playing.
No, that's not what the man said. That's not what the man. He said. He said hypothetically speaking, they come back. They will not come back to only play 25 minutes. That's a guarantee.
I mean, if we look at
you're being way too optimistic.
Let's just look at the last.
No, he said they come back. If they come back, in other words, what BJ's saying is if they come back, they're not coming back on minute restrictions. Ain't no coach gonna bring them out there for minute restrictions.
Let me just add. Look at this right quick. So we look at the last couple games the Clippers and Suns played. So the first game in LA, Game 3, the score is 129-124. Very competitive game. I think Norman Powell had 42 that game.
Yeah, he had 40.
41. Westbrook had 30 points and 12 assists. So Westbrook has had his way in this series, as has Devin Booker. I looked at both games in LA, and I think the Suns won by 10 the second game, and they won by 5 the first.
Yeah.
So it's pretty impressive they're able to stick it out because I thought they were gonna get blown out. I'm not gonna lie. I thought they were gonna get blown out in Game 4. So the fact that they didn't get blown out, the fact that they did have stretches and they were up by double digits, I watched their offense. They don't have the offense without Kawhi and PG being there to maintain throughout the entire game. They'll start off really good. They'll fall a little bit behind and they'll come back a little bit. Then towards the end they'll have all this, but they just won't have enough at the end because here comes Booker, here comes KD, here comes CP. 3 prime scorers. Or actually 2 prime scorers, 1 prime playmaker, and it's just not enough to overcome. So that's why I'm looking at it. If Kawhi and PG, if PG can play and he sees the team is competitive enough to play, and they just need another person to give you another 20 points per game, and then here comes Kawhi. Ask that question: can they win that Game 5? If they were able to come back, I think personally PG should come back. I think Kawhi should come back.
BJ, I got a question. Come on, man. Real Hooper to Hooper. Come on, bro. You think Kawhi playing on Tuesday?
Did I say that, Marlon?
No, I'm just asking. No. I'm not even trying to make this.
Don't change the question, bro. Marlon, don't change the question to your question. Answer the question.
You asking me a question with a question. Answer my question first, and then I'll ask you your question.
No, because I'm not living in the world that they're gonna come back.
Okay, so I can't ask you that question. That's
no. I'm answering.
That's not answering my question.
Listen, I'm saying.
Hold on, Bubba. Hold on. I can't do that. We ain't got time for all that. Bubba, go ahead and answer what I just asked.
Wait, can you ask that again?
So I'm saying, my opinion, because we're going by if we're going to have to get rid of PG and Kawhi.
Right.
If I'm a competitor and I'm a hooper, and I have a team that's competitive to even – because we've seen 3-1 leads, people come back from 3-1 leads.
Mm-hmm.
If we have a situation, and I'm not saying it's going to happen because I don't know what Paul George and Kawhi are thinking. They haven't been rolled out for Game 5 yet. So if Kawhi and PG play for Game 5, let's say that happens. Kawhi's swelling and his knee goes down or whatever. PG automatically gets cleared. They have an extra day off or rest. He gets a practice in with the team. And they play that Game 5. Do you feel like they can pull that game out?
In Phoenix, it's going to be very, very, very tough, especially for Paul George, because he hasn't played in a month and 2 weeks, something like that. So it'll be tough for him to just, kind of put him in a game 5 situation where the season is on the line and expecting him to, be the Paul George that he was when he got hurt. With Kawhi Leonard, it's possible to see that Kawhi can go off because he was going off. He was probably the best player before he went down. I mean, if we're being honest. And I know Kawhi, I seen him give my 76ers in the game 5. He gave us 43, 44 points. So I can see Kawhi doing that. But Paul George, it's very tough. Even though I call Paul George game 5 PG because he usually goes off in game 5s. If you look at him against Miami, you look at him against the Utah Jazz in 2021 and Phoenix in 2020 in the same year, he was going off in game 5s. But I haven't seen him in a month and 2 weeks, so I can't really tell if he can, come out and perform at a very high level. But for Kawhi, I can see that. But it's possible that they can go into Phoenix and get a game and push the series to 6 games. It's possible. In basketball, anything is possible. So, but me personally,
let me ask you this: Do you think after you've seen everything Powell can do, everything Kawhi can do, everything Westbrook can do, I even think if Kawhi comes back and plays 35, 40 minutes, they only need, to me, because PG's defense as well, they only need an 18, 20-point game from PG. That's all they need from him to win that game. Because if they can't start Westbrook, they can't start Kawhi. If PG comes back, it's going to pick up all the emotions on the team. Everybody's going to be balls to the wall. That's all they need is 18, 20 points from PG. And really, they can get away with 15 from PG. They need his defense more than they need his damn offense. They got plenty of offense. Considering if Kawhi comes back and plays 35, 40 minutes. They don't even need the full PG.
How effective do you think he's going to be on defense, though, his first game back from an injury?
I think he'll be really effective because you're gonna have Westbrook on KD. There's no sense in changing that, right?
That's not even what I asked. That has nothing to do
hold
with
on, I'm about to tell you who I think PG's gonna be on. To me, PG's gonna be in the corners. They're gonna hide PG defensively for a little bit. In the fourth quarter, he'll be on a better player. But for the full game, you put PG in the corner on Craig, and you keep the same defense that you've been doing up until now, and then you got Kawhi back on the court. You keep Westbrook on KD because he's been giving him hell anyway. So now in the fourth quarter, you got a not so drained Paul George. You got Kawhi back, and now you got your defenders on the court. Now you go out whoever you want to go. So that's how I say they would win the game. He would start out in the corner, but then you use him, like I said, in the end of the game.
But bro, you gotta keep in mind that if PG comes back, Norman Powell's role is going to change. Russell Westbrook's role is going to change. So if they're taking 15, 20 shots, they're going to take 8 or 9 shots because PG's in the game. So you think they can take 9 and 10 shots and be effective as they was in game 3?
I just said I don't even think they need that many points from PG.
I think Russ doesn't need to. He don't need to score. He has to score, but he doesn't need to score. Russ's role is to put pressure on the rim and find hitters on the 3-point line and cutters and things of that nature. That's not Russ. Russ will still be effective no matter way. Norm,
I wouldn't even change it up, BJ. Just let PG stay out there and shoot threes. Don't even put no pressure on him. Just let Westbrook get his 30.
Right. Westbrook don't need a bunch of shots, but here's the thing I'm gonna say. The reason why I'm asking this question, I'm gonna be transparent. I'm gonna give the realist the mic after this. These games that they didn't have Kawhi and PG. We've been seeing the Clippers have been competitive, right or wrong?
Yes.
Right.
So if they've been competitive, like I said, if they're getting blown out and Kawhi and PG are watching these games, I'm like, all right, whatever, like next season. But if we're watching the games and we seeing like, okay, you're losing by 5 points, you lose by 10 points, you're able to keep up with this other team. They're pretty much fully healthy outside of Cameron Payne. Why is it that the fact that it is that we have, it's so oblivious that they cannot come back from a 3-1 lead because the person who's coaching them has already did it. Ty Lue's already came back from a 3-1 lead. I'm just saying, this is another year we're talking about that they're going to be throwing away, and it's going to be over the same thing, which was injuries. we just said that we feel like PG should be out there playing. We feel like Kawhi Leonard, I don't know what's in his head or what's in his knee, but we just saw him, like, Rick, what did you say? You saw him score 31 points. We thought he was fine. All of a sudden, we get an alert that he's not playing out of nowhere. Like, what the hell happened? I didn't understand. That was one of the weirdest things I've ever seen. Like, a guy who walked off the court seemed just fine. He drops 31 points in the game that apparently had that sprained knee. Having a sprained knee, dropping 31 points. That, like, what, he had like 3 dunks in that game?
Yeah, that's why I said, BJ, you got to consider the medical staff.
Do you think that he's just? I'm not saying this is who I'm asking. I'm genuinely asking the question. Do y'all think that, like, there's a lot of rumors around the league? People say that, like, Kawhi is just one of those guys where he just doesn't like playing unless he's like 115% healthy. And do y'all think his knee? I'm not saying
that ain't the damn. That ain't even true.
Hold on.
That's not true.
See, that's why I don't. That's when people keep saying 115%. To me,
I again, these weren't my words. I didn't say it.
No, I'm saying, but to me,
no, I ain't heard nobody say that.
No, I'm not saying you. I'm not saying that you. I'm saying as a player, when I hear that, I think that's bullshit, bro. Like, you're never gonna be 100%. Like, everybody's banged up. Okay. Everyone's banged up, and I've criticized Kawhi for that, because it's like you're speaking in a term like you're gonna be 100%. You're in an 82 game season, and then you have to play like you're not gonna be 100%. That's not gonna work.
Yeah.
If he thinks that, if that's what his mindset is, I gotta be 100% all the time, no matter what, then that's gonna hold. We're never gonna win a championship. Herm is right. We're never gonna win a championship with that mindset. You don't think Russell Westbrook is feeling a little bit, playing all the minutes, playing as hard as he can? You don't think he's feeling a little bit, sore sometimes? Like, it's basketball. It's the playoffs.
Yeah, that's tough, BJ, man. To answer your question, I think we can, if they came back, if we can take this serious, yeah, that's tough, especially us being down, 3-1, because you got everything will have to go right. Everything will have to go right. Like, no off shooting nights. So you got to factor in that, so it'll be tough to, for us to do that. Not saying we couldn't do it, but everything will have to go our way. Everything. So, and I think the organization is looking at that too. Even if they could come back, I don't even think they would let them come back, to be honest.
That's what I'm saying. I think the medical staff is like, you know what? Right. And again,
I don't think they would let them come back, man.
And I don't think y'all. And
that's the whole problem with the medical staff right there.
I was just about to say, that's it. This is an indictment on your guys' medical staff. I think they're probably like, you know what? Even if you guys want to play, we're down 3-1. Forget about it. You just wait for next season. I think that's what their mindset is.
Now, if it was
salute everybody. Salute,
you, what's going on, brother?
Even 3-2 is kind of tough too.
I had dropped out, bro. Oh,
you good? You good, bro?
Yeah.
Hold on. The realist, go ahead.
Yeah, I don't know about that one, man. I don't know. I'm not gonna say they couldn't. It'll just be a tough one, man. It'll be real tough to pull that off.
You wouldn't bet on it?
He said PG is not on the injury report for Game 5. Well, I'll wait until the day of before I, he say he ain't on the injury report now, but that can be updated anytime. So we'll see.
Look, I hope Paul George does play. Honestly,
it don't really matter though, cause Suns are 5, bro. It don't really matter. It don't matter, bro.
Hey man, Suns. Like I said, bro. So you telling me the Suns will win this series if they were there?
Yo, you can look at my profile pic, bro. Suns are 5, bro.
Man, hell, I know they wouldn't win if they was there. I'm answer that.
Suns are 5, bro.
They wouldn't, bro. They wouldn't.
We could do ifs, ands, or buts. If I was a millionaire, I'll be the happiest nigga alive, bro. So we could do the all day.
I'm not even all good. So since you a Suns fan, so what have you been seeing?
He ain't no Suns fan. There's a million Suns fans now.
That's what I was gonna ask.
Get out
Were
of here
you a
with that.
Suns fan?
Everybody a
Yeah,
Suns fan now.
Listen. I'm
Are we
a
really
fan.
about to turn this into
Listen,
a
I'm a
toxic
fan of
thing?
the highest order himself.
Nigga, your team
Oh,
got swept. Stop the cap.
Hey man, you sound like this nigga sound like he's
What you
from
talking
Brooklyn.
about?
Hey, you from
Yeah,
New York?
bro. Yeah, from New York, nigga. I'm from
highest
Brooklyn,
order.
dude.
I hear this all
Yeah,
the
I know
time
it makes
from
sense
another
now.
channel.
Yeah. So you should be a Nets fan.
I am a Nets fan, and I'm a KD fan, bro.
Yeah, okay. Man, those KD fans, where were you guys when you were getting swept last year? Where
What
were
are you
you guys?
talking? He got jumped, bro. Stop. I went over
Oh,
this
he got
already.
jumped.
I went over this already. He got
He
jumped,
got
bro.
Now
jumped.
he got jumped. Now he
Yeah,
got jumped. Now.
I forgot the KD got swept. That's
He
tough,
got
bro.
jumped.
They gotta
Okay,
stop
I
talking about
think
that, man.
it's
But
He
bro,
can't win unless the damn deck is stacked. I forgot about that.
Oh man, it said Jaylen Brown and them boys
I feel
came
like
down, beat him up.
I feel like everything always turns into a KD debate.
Y'all funny, man. Y'all real funny. Now we got a million. Now we got a million Suns fans out
Hey,
here.
bro, I'm from Atlanta. My Hawks even stole the game from them boys. Fuck.
Everybody's
Wait,
Suns
you
fans.
from Atlanta? You a
Everybody.
Bucks fan? You a KD fan?
You know what though?
God damn.
How many
I ain't a
games?
Hawks fan. I'm born and raised here, so
Then
of
why
course
did you
that's
say
my home
my
team.
Hawks?
I mean,
That's my home
listen.
team.
They
All
let.
I'm
Hold
saying
on.
is they beat the damn Celtics one game.
But they let. Hold on. They let y'all get that game. If they
There
listen,
ain't
the
no
reason
letting
why.
nothing. Why they ain't
They ain't
let
no
Brooklyn
letting
get a
up, bro.
game
Get your
then?
crazy ass out of here, bro.
Hey, but Atlanta,
You know what? Hold on, Mingle. You know what? Hold on, Mingle. If they let Brooklyn get a game, Brooklyn would have won that series. That's
Man,
why I
get out of
respect
here
it.
with that.
Bro,
Brooklyn
stop
wasn't
it.
gonna win
Stop
nothing.
it.
They couldn't even get a
Bro,
game,
he
bro.
just say
Stop.
that if they got one game, they win the
Stop
series.
it, bro.
But hold on, you can't compare. Hold on, you can't compare the Hawks series versus Brooklyn. The Hawks got blown out like twice. The Brooklyn series was way closer than the Hawks. Way
They lost
closer.
all 4 games. Who cares?
All right,
Hey,
nigga.
the Hawks was winning 4 points like with 3 minutes to go tonight.
But that's
I mean, it
one
was close
game,
game.
though.
That's
That's
one
one
game,
game,
bro.
bro.
For the
I'm
they
talking about
got
the
blown
whole
out.
series.
They
It
got
don't matter. We didn't
smashed.
get swept though. We didn't get
All
swept. That's
right,
all that
bro.
matters.
You want a cookie, bro? You still finna lose the series, bro. You still finna lose the series,
I don't
bro.
even.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I
Why
forgot KD got swept.
why are we talking about the Hawks and the Celtics? Can we
That's
move
what I'm
on,
saying,
please?
bro.
Like,
Like
can we
we
move
talking
on?
about. I want to talk about the Clippers. I want to talk about how like Kawhi keep low managing and the shit not making a difference come playoff time
Man, we
because he's
need to
still
talk
getting
about how
hurt, bro.
many. We need to talk about how many fake Suns fans out here. That's what we need to be talking
That
about.
was fake Suns fans. Oh
Man,
my
I'm a
god.
KD
Man,
fan,
y'all is
bro.
fake. None of
I'm a
y'all want
KD
Suns
fan,
fans
bro.
like 3 years
I mean,
ago. I bet none of y'all want
I
repping
mean,
those Suns. Get out of here.
I haven't
Fake
said what
Suns. Bro,
one
stop
word
it. I
about the
never
Suns.
heard you mention that about no Suns.
I
Stop
haven't
it,
said
bro.
BJ, have I said I haven't said one word about the Suns while I've been in here.
Well, you riding with them. Because when Monsters on here, you show riding with
Let's
him.
get back to the topic
Does
at
that
hand.
make me a Suns fan? What is this
Let's
nigga?
get back to the topic at hand. So we got
Yeah.
we got about 15 minutes left. So again, so if we ask the question with blowing it up, I think I think I asked the realist, what you think about, do you think it's time to, well, we don't know because the series ain't over, but based off what you've been seeing so far with these with PG and Kawhi, what's your thoughts about what the organization is going to do?
Like I said yesterday, I don't see them blowing it up. Well, getting rid of PG and Kawhi, I don't see that due to, like you say, that new arena they got coming next year. I say if they do get rid of one of them, I think it would be PG. And I think they look at Kawhi. If you think about it, just go back 5 years. Kawhi is one of the person that won a championship. So in a sick way, they value Kawhi more than PG. I know that sounds crazy, but they value him more than PG. So if they was to break that up, they would get rid of PG over Kawhi. So, but I don't think they're gonna do that next year anyway. Next season anyway. But
this the last year of the contract next year anyway, ain't it?
right, yeah. So
Yeah.
if they get rid of one up, if they had to choose, they would get rid of PG strictly due to Kawhi being a champion already. So
Nah, I'm not gonna lie. I don't know if y'all believe in curses, but I believe in curses, bro. I feel like the Clippers, for some reason, in that crypto arena, they curse. Like it's like I feel like every superstar who played for the Clippers has always been hurt come playoff time, and that's what held them back. Chris Paul, Blake Griffin, Like, come
Hey,
on,
out of
bro.
all the bullshit conspiracies I heard tonight, I believe that would be the closest thing to real.
Bro, think about it. I don't think the Clippers gonna win a chip till they move into that new arena, bro. I'm gonna just be honest. Like, you're not gonna win a chip playing in another person arena, and it's not y'all arena. Y'all moved in there, and the Lakers were there first. Like, I'm gonna be honest, but I
Yeah,
feel like
it's only right they get their own ring and their own building.
that's
I
what I'm
mean,
saying. That's what they need. They need something new, Start over, build their own shit,
that's
build their
probably
own
God's
brand.
faith.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
need their own shit. They need their own shit. I don't even like them sharing arena with Lakers. I think they should have their own thing, and the Lakers have
Hey,
their own thing. You know,
hey,
kind of like Brooklyn,
let me ask you this.
and the Knicks, kind of like Brooklyn and the Knicks. Brooklyn is in Brooklyn, and New York is in Manhattan. You know, so they're not stepping over each other's foot.
Hey, let me ask the whole panel this. Y'all remember they kept saying, man, Chris Paul never win nothing. The dude stay hurt all the time. He ain't never gonna be nobody. How many years ago was that? And this dude been in the playoffs all the damn time.
And he went to the final. He just went to the final, so he proved
And
that
he
he's
just
not
went to the
cursed. It's
final.
the Clippers.
Yeah.
He proved it. He's not cursed. It's the Clippers, bro. He proved it. It's not him.
So
It's not
I
him.
don't think Kawhi and PG ain't gonna be hurt all the time, bro.
That's what I'm saying. It's the
I know
Clippers,
everybody wants
bro.
to hate and say that
You
shit.
know the year they
So
went
y'all
to the
think that the
final.
Clippers
Chris
But he
actually
Paul was
have
did.
a
hurt.
But he
chance?
did
You
get
got
hurt though. He got hurt that year.
Okay, but he was healthy enough to make it to the final. That's my point. That's my
He's
point.
got a team.
That was a hamstring too. Like that wasn't like all his other big
Like
time
you out,
injuries.
like you can't play. He was playing
That
through it. Like it
that
wasn't
was
like
just
he
bad
couldn't play.
timing. Like BJ said, that was bad timing. It was bad timing for PG to hyperextend his leg. That was but that hyperextension, bro. That shit happens 2 months ago. We're not talking about this.
That's what I'm saying. It seemed like it's always bad timing for the Clippers. When is it ever gonna be their time, bro?
Yeah,
It's always bad timing. When is it ever gonna be their time? That's what I'm saying. I'm saying like when they get that new arena, it's gonna be their time because you in your own arena. You're not sharing nothing with nobody. You don't have nobody banners in your arena while you playing. Like
Man,
you know
it's
what I mean?
not about arena, man. The basket is just
To
a
be
game.
quite honest, I'm surprised we're still
Arena.
even. I'm surprised we're still even at this point. Like I don't know if I remember the reports, but they were talking about how like BJ you tried to tell me how like Paul George was going to be back by game 3 and his injury they were going to reevaluate him and stuff. We're not even there yet, so I'm trying to figure like what is going on.
Wait, hold on. To the guy who said arena. So you telling me a new arena, you playing your own arena doesn't make a difference?
Yeah, okay. They're gonna play in the new arena, and the Clippers not gonna have curse anymore. That's what
Yeah,
they
the
said.
Clippers aren't going to
I
adhere to
will say this.
one.
I will say this though, Bruce. I will say this. You got to realize all the home court advantages. Like you ever notice when you go to somebody else's arena, bro, you can't even hear in that bitch. You know that's not the same home court advantage the Clippers get. They will have that advantage, which will make them win more games, which will make the playoffs harder to win there. It has a little bit to do with it. I'm
Clippers
not
are
gonna
not
say
playing the Lakers.
everything, but it will help.
Clippers are not playing the Lakers. What's the home court advantage you're talking about? They're not playing the Lakers. It's Clippers fans against Suns fans.
Yeah, but they saying the Clippers games are not maxed out, and if they are, it's not all Clipper fans. That's what they've always been saying.
The players,
that will
Kawhi
have
is
more
injured, Paul
fans.
George is injured. That's what it's about. It's not about.
Well, no, I'm not saying that. You're right about that, Bruce. But to his point though, the new arena, that home court advantage makes your shooters shoot better. It makes you win maybe 5-10 more games than what you would. So you go from a 5 seed to a 3 seed, 2 seed. So now you got better matchups. I'm not making no excuses. Don't get me wrong. If you lose, you lose. But it will help year in and year out. It will.
It works to your advantage, bro. Instead of you have to adjust into somebody else's arena and you wasn't there first. Like, come on, bro. Come on.
Okay, so what happened in the arena in the bubble? So what was it? What was the excuse then?
The Clippers curse followed y'all all the way to the bubble, bro. I believe in it, bro. Listen, I believe in that shit, bro. The Clippers curse followed y'all to the bubble, bro.
To me, that was stupidity coaching, bro. This man had Reggie Jackson on the court when Luka Doncic hit the game winner. Wow, Patrick Beverly and JaMychal Green is sitting on the bench. You got Reggie Jackson on the court. Then he played Reggie.
We won that series.
Bro, that's what hold on. That's what I mean by the shit followed y'all. How come every coach that coach for y'all is always trash? Why can't a coach never
the
be
coach
good?
is not trash.
Why can't a coach meet up to his standard? Like, why is he when he was somewhere else? He was doing good, making all the good adjustments. Why
trash now?
No, not trash. He's not trash.
I'm gonna just say that y'all be
No. He's not. Hold on, listen. Listen what I'm saying. Listen what I'm saying. He's not trash, but
Man,
for the
you guys are
Clippers, he hasn't.
psychologists, man.
He
Ty Lue
hasn't been making the
Ty
right
Lue is
adjustments for y'all to
amazing.
win. He hasn't been
Wait.
making the
Ty
right.
Lue
Yes,
isn't making the right
hold on.
adjustments.
Can I get on that?
Wait.
Please,
Wait a
can I
second.
No,
Hold
no, no,
on.
no. Hold on, hold on. This is what I hold on. This is what I hear. Hold on. This is what I hear from Clippers fans. I be hearing this from Clippers fans.
Ken, hold on. We got one more person coming in. We got
My
Kirkland.
fault.
He's been waiting for a minute, so let Kirkland come in and y'all can finish it
All
off.
right.
What's up, Kirk?
Yeah.
What's going on, BJ? What's going on, Masters?
Salute, bro.
What you got, bro?
What, on the Clippers just in general, or just like period for the playoffs?
Should the Clippers, if they end up losing, when they lose, or if they lose, what should be the next move? Do you think they should blow the team up, or you think they'll run it back for another year? What you think gonna happen?
So, I think they're gonna run it back for another year, and just like how y'all was just talking about that new arena, they had all those players sitting talking about the new arena. You know, when they had the little construction suits on and everything like that. So they're not gonna blow the team up because
They want to
just
keep
showed
them.
exactly. They just showed all the players the new arena. So, and my thing is, Paul George and Kawhi don't have season career injuries ending their whole career unless Kawhi just all of a sudden retires, which he could though. That's a possibility, but he's not gonna retire. So my personal
And they from
opinion,
LA.
exactly. So they're gonna run it back next year. That'll be stupid not to. They're both gonna start the season off fresh. The Clippers mindset should just be okay. Let's just get this team in position to win a championship in their own arena. That's what I think.
Wait, BJ, do you know when y'all moving to your new arena? I forgot when.
Next year, right? It's next year.
No, not next year after.
The year
damn.
after next year.
Man, that's far as hell, bro. I'm oh man.
So basically, 24.
Damn, imagine you have to go 2 more years of this heartbreak shit.
I'm not gonna lie,
Man.
I did not know that.
Oh,
damn.
Man.
No,
This
I
guy
don't
think
think they're
that
hurt
if you
though.
go to another arena, you're gonna be better. That's funny, man.
Bro, I could bet my house on it, bro. I could bet my house on it.
Well,
I could bet my house on it. Y'all will win a championship.
Can we just stop with the Ty Lue disrespect, please?
No. I don't know. I wasn't disrespecting. I was speaking from because y'all know Mookie Jones, right? He was saying when the Clippers lose, it's Ty Lue because he didn't make the right adjustments. He didn't put in Rocco and stuff like that. That's what I'm saying. I'm not a Clippers fan.
He's blaming Ty Lue for losing a series without his two best players. Like that's stupid, bro.
No, even when Kawhi was playing and y'all lost or both,
I'm
he
not
was
a Clippers fan, but
even when Kawhi Leonard was on the court, I've always said, and y'all saw it last game, Terrence Mann locking up the whole damn court. They should have started Terrence Mann at the 2 guard right beside Russ, and you got defenders everywhere. But it's hard on Ty Lue. He's in a
what
bad
I
spot.
will say, the one adjustment he should have made was throwing some help at Booker. I don't know why he just wanted to play.
I'm not gonna lie to y'all, man. There's only so much you could do without your best defender.
That's what I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying. On the court.
That's what I'm saying.
Ty Lue's the best head coach. I ain't gonna lie. Ty Lue behind Mike Brown is the best head coach in basketball.
I get
Mike
it.
Brown.
Ty Lue is a bailout. Y'all want to blame it on Ty Lue, but bro, Ty Lue, what more can he doesn't have his guys.
He's a top 5. I ain't gonna lie to y'all.
That's
he's
what
a
I'm
top 5
saying.
NBA coach.
He really
the reason why he excelled in Cleveland because LeBron don't miss games. Kyrie was hurt, but Kyrie played most of the time.
Y'all gonna stop capping about Ty Lue.
Y'all think it's smart to bring back a dude who ain't been on the court, who quit on the team, who argued with the coach and Marcus Morris, and bring him back in the starting lineup. That's smart. You start that man, and Gordon been getting cooked the whole time, and you start Gordon and Morris over T-Man.
I'm not gonna lie to you.
And Rocco, and that's smart. Nah, that's not smart.
You, bro. In the NBA, everybody gets cooked, bro. Paul George gets cooked all the time. Kawhi gets cooked. So it's like you only can do so much.
But at some point you got to say, hey man, I got to stop giving 40 points to one man.
I feel you, bro. But in the playoffs, it's different. You got, especially when you got Kevin Durant, bro. One of those two are going to go off regardless, bro. And Devin Booker,
that's fine. That's fine. Make Kevin Durant do it because he ain't been cooking Westbrook like that. Put T-Man on the court and let him hold Booker all game. And Westbrook got KD. And let's see what happens. At least try the shit. Because every other analyst, when you watch the games play, they be like, damn, man, this man Terrence Mann, he's a great defender. I don't know why he don't get no more playing. Everybody fucking says this, bro.
He's a great defender. I don't say great.
Yeah. Now I feel you, bro. But it's hard when you have 2-3 level scorers, man, that can shoot the midi 3 and go to the rack. That's very hard, my guy.
I'm not saying it's hard. I'm not saying it's hard. But you got to adjust, bro.
Man, y'all
I
are
agree.
being very unfair to Ty Lue, bro. This is ridiculous.
I agree. I'm
Like,
not gonna
this is
lie. Paul George and
ridiculous.
Kawhi Lillard are the best defenders on the Clippers, and you're
Like,
missing both of them.
yeah, I'm saying, like, come on, bro. At some point in time, y'all gotta stop blaming. Like, y'all
Ty
gonna stop
second best
capping
head
about
coach
Ty
in the
Lue,
NBA.
bro.
I
Y'all
agree.
gonna stop capping about Ty
Bro,
Lue.
he's right behind
No,
Mike Brown, bro.
I'm not saying the
this is
dude is the
getting
worst coach and he
ridiculous.
won't get another job. I'm just saying you got
No, he's a
defenders on the
great
bench,
coach.
put
He
them
is
in the
a
game.
great coach. He's a great coach. That's what he is.
He's
Great
top 5, bro. It's not
He
even
is a
funny.
great coach.
He's a
Y'all
top 5
gotta
NBA
stop lying
coach.
about
It's
Ty
not.
Lue.
I agree.
He's a
with you,
great
bro.
coach.
I agree. He's top 5, bro.
Well, hey, y'all can be great husbands too, but you can make mistakes, right?
Of course they're gonna make
Everyone
mistakes,
makes
bro.
mistakes. We get
Bro,
that.
Okay, then that's
they're
all we're
missing their
saying. That's
two
all we're
best
saying.
defenders.
to try to diminish who he is as a coach because of like minor adjustments. I
No,
get it, but like
that was the other guy. But the only thing I said was you got defenders on the bench that's known for defending, sitting there while a man goes for 40. That's all I said. That's not smart.
It's easy, bro. I feel you, bro, but it's easier said than done. Look, imagine Kawhi and PG played this series, bro. It'd be a whole different series, bro. It's easier said than done. Those are the best defenders.
Obviously the stars are going to carry. I get that.
Who guarded KD? Who guarded KD?
Because Kawhi played a pretty
Westbrook
good
has been
job
giving
with KD
KD
in the
problems
series.
all series long.
No, he hasn't. That's one play, bro. One
Bro, I
play
ain't gonna
because
lie
he
to you,
blocked
bro.
a shot.
In the
That was
NBA,
cute
bro,
though.
it's just
Hold on,
work.
that was cute though. That was cute. He could block a shot, but KD. It's been easy work for KD.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. There's
KD
nothing the
not even
Clippers can
breaking a
do.
sweat, bro.
There's nothing they can do,
It
bro.
don't seem that way on the court, bro.
It do.
Bro,
It do.
KD
Even when Booker wasn't scorching hot, KD wasn't killing everybody.
And that's
he was
also
getting points. He was getting points. He was getting like 25, like me, BJ, and everybody else been talking about on this stream for the past week and a half. He was getting his 24, 25, 27, yeah, but he wasn't getting 40.
Hold on. He don't need. Hold on. On this team, he don't need to.
Oh, he wasn't getting 40. What, bro? What is
on
that?
this team, he don't need to, bro. That's just book job, bro. That's just book job.
40 means your defenders.
Those kids are
40 means your
arguing.
defenders.
What does that mean?
There's a difference between 25 and 40. 40 means your defender is getting absolutely annihilated. 25 means your defender is not getting annihilated, but he ain't locking you all the way down either.
But hold on, bro. You got to look at KD's shot attempts too. He's not taking more than like 15 shots, bro.
First of all, y'all want to talk about coaching?
Stop it, bro. Hold on. Like, can you actually
the point is you can't let the same individual get 40, bro.
No. I agree. But what I'm
you just saying shit.
But what I'm not about to let you do, since you want to bring up coaching so much, how about tell Monty Williams to start giving KD more touches and see if he only scores 25
Well,
minutes.
he don't have to because Booker keeps getting 40.
No, but I'm saying you trying to
so
build
hold on.
That's my whole point.
I'm about to cook you. Hold on. If Booker keep getting 40, why are you talking about KD getting 40? If Booker getting 40,
yeah, why does it matter?
That's my whole point. That's my whole point. They're not making him get 40, but you can't lose to the same dude all the time. Just like the Suns came in game 2 and said, "Nah, Kawhi, you're not getting 40 tonight. We finna trap something. You might get 30, but you ain't getting 40."
Hold on, so you rather
made adjustments to what they was doing.
Hold on. So you rather make KD try to get 40 than Devin Booker? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah,
that's
and
dumb.
If he does,
that's dumb.
You need
to stop.
That's dumb. He was literally putting up big numbers in Brooklyn. That's dumb, bro.
Man, you need to stop.
KD was getting locked up and swept last year, so it's possible.
Man,
he got jumped. Hold on. For the last fucking time, nigga, he got jumped, nigga.
Stop, bro.
He got jumped for the last time, nigga. Stop.
He did get jumped, bro. Bro, you gotta pick your poison, bro.
Devin Booker.
That's fine. Pick your poison, but make them do it, bro. Don't just bend over. You don't just bend over and take the shit, bro.
No. Devin Booker. Devin Booker.
It's like BJ explained to y'all before the series start. Booker's gonna get the most touches because of their system. Their Spain pick and roll. KD's not gonna get all the touches. So guess what? Make them break up the Spain shit and make them do something different. If they beat you, they beat you. But y'all just want everybody to bend over and take the shit. No, that's not.
Come on, bro. We go about this shit. You keep saying bend over. Like, come on, bro.
Time out.
Yeah, you gotta time that out, BJ.
Right there. We gotta end it right there. Let's end it right there. Last second.
Yeah, he gotta time that out. We gotta end it.
Last second comments before we get out of here, man. Anybody?
Salute.
I just think it's ridiculous. I just think it's ridiculous.
I didn't know. I didn't know the Suns has so many fans and you guys are losing
Why
your
does
mind.
everything about it have to be about if you're a fan or not? We're just talking
Can I
about
make my last
basketball.
comment?
Hold on,
I
let
don't
him
even
go,
know
let him
why
go,
the
let him go.
Suns even in here when the topic
That's
was
what
supposed to be about
Can
Clippers
I
going
make
up
my
and down. This is
last
all
hold
about
on.
comment?
Wait,
Clippers
hold on,
fans.
hold on,
Zion
let
say
him
that
go
last
one at a
about the
That
time,
tells you
one
Suns.
how
at a
much they
time. Let him
trolling
go,
right
let him
there.
go, let him go.
Man, you guys are KD fans. So emotional, man. That's true. You guys are KD fans.
So
Oh my
sensitive.
God.
Who is talking about bro? I don't even know what y'all are talking
Can I
about. Y'all,
finish? Oh
you're
my
just saying
God.
you're just saying stuff like
Those KD fans, man. Oh my
Y'all
God.
funny as shit.
Wait, it's
I
only
don't
one
even know what
KD
he's
fan.
talking
It's
about.
only one KD fan this shit. I'm a KD fan, bro.
Uh,
I don't even know what he's like.
Go ahead, man.
He's
Go
literally
ahead.
just
But
talking. No, but
listen. Suns at 5. KD's the highest order, bro. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah, here we go.
no, I'm just saying like to my man. I just think that that was an egregious thing to say, and I hope none of you guys agree
Wait, what?
that it
With
was
Tyloo?
that no that was absolutely egregious for you to say that you rather take your chances on Kevin Durant beating you than Devin Booker. That is absolutely ridiculous, bro.
We saw KD get locked up.
Man,
Stop saying that, nigga. He got jumped for the
I saw
third
Booker.
time. This is the
Actually, I
third
saw
time saying
Patrick
it,
Beverly
bro.
lock up Booker too.
Man, you guys are
D
like
Book.
Got
so
jumped
So
for
is
the
It
it
is
third
so
time,
possible.
bro.
It is possible
so is
if
D
you.
Book better?
But either
Is
way,
Devin Booker? Is
you
Bro,
got to make adjustments. You
is
can't let the
Devin
same
Booker?
man get 40.
Is
You
Devin
don't let
Booker?
the same man get
Is
40.
Devin
That's
Booker
common sense. Ain't no argument.
Is Devin Booker a better scorer than Kevin Durant?
At times,
no, he
Oh,
there
not.
you
Chris,
go.
Stop
stop
lying.
it.
Stop
That's your
lying,
last
bro.
That's
comment.
actually a good
Stop
That's your
point.
last
He
lying.
comment,
said at
man.
Nigga, hold
times.
on.
I'm done.
Hold on. I'm about to cook him. Hold on. If Devin,
times he
hold
proven
on.
it.
If Devin Booker better,
I'm about to
If
leave, bro.
Devin,
This is
listen.
ridiculous.
If Devin
This
Booker
is
better than
ridiculous.
KD, hold on. If Devin Booker better than KD, why Devin Booker couldn't get it done in that finals 2021 versus the Bucks, and why they
KD
got
can't get
KD?
to the finals right. Golden
Why they
State
got
get the hell out of
KD?
here.
Hold on. Why they got KD then? Why they got KD? Exactly, nigga. They got him to
Because
get it done.
KD was getting his head split over there and he wanted out of Brooklyn. What you mean?
So
KD
hold on.
fan, bro.
I'm about to cook him. Hold on.
That
So,
was
hold on, Marlon.
he really just said
The man didn't want no more smoke.
Let
He
me get
said
him.
leave me on the super team.
Hold on, hold on. If K, hold
Hey,
on,
look,
listen.
my
If
last
hold on, if
comment,
KD,
man.
Dude can't even make the finals. At least Booker
bro,
made the
hold on.
finals.
Listen.
Shit.
Bro, if KD was getting his head split up and broken, why would they get him? Why would Phoenix get him then?
Because
That's
it makes a
good.
super team. Duh.
So he go. Hold on.
Why does it
This
make
will
it a
make.
super
Hold on.
team?
I got it. This will make sense. So he could only win on super team, but he can't win on any other team. It don't make sense.
I'm
Like,
gonna
which
let
one
you
is
know
it?
something about
Which one is it,
KD.
bro?
He
Which
can't.
one
He
is it?
can't get there.
Hold up, bro.
First of all,
Booker led his team. KD didn't. Next topic.
Wait, hold up, bro.
so D Book is better than Kevin Durant. Is that what you're
Nah,
He
trying
could
to
play.
bro.
imply?
I
Booker
Kevin
got
led
Durant
his
his
is
ass,
team
nigga.
to the
y'all gotta
finals.
chill,
KD
bro.
didn't.
Wait.
You need
Booker
to
led
stay.
his team. KD
You know
didn't.
what you're doing is ridiculous. This is
All right,
no
I'm out.
one.
Cooking
Finish
this.
KD.
No
This is
one.
too easy.
No
Y'all
one
niggas
in
Man
easy
here.
had
work.
Kyrie
Y'all
Hey,
gotta
Irving and
stay
chill,
James
safe
bro.
Harden
out
over
here,
there looking
BJ.
like a
Stay
bunch of
safe, bro.
bums. Fuck
This
out
is
of here.
easy work.
No one
Kevin
in
Durant is not
no
gonna
one in
set
here would
you up
even
in the
try to
house.
argue about Devin Booker compared to Kevin Durant. You're just trying to make up a dumb
Booker led
We
his
argument.
not
team
finna
to the
start
finals.
now.
KD
Okay,
didn't.
no one
Next topic.
cares, bruh.
That's gonna be for next topic.
Next
That's
topic.
gonna be next topic. We gotta end this right here, man. Appreciate y'all coming through. We'll be back next time. Thank you, y'all, for showing up, man. Salute.
All right,
Appreciate you, bro.
all
Appreciate
right,
you.
BJ. You know where
Be
I'm
safe.
at.
Be safe. Yes, sir.
All right.
I'll let.
Yo, man, KD got jumped. I don't want to hear it. Tatum and Brown came through and said, "Put your hands up. Put your hands up. Run it." Oh no, man. It's called defense. KD got his ass locked down. That's what happened. And I'm sorry. I was just listening. I wasn't saying a word. I'm listening to what everybody was saying. I don't give a damn if I play in the Lakers arena, New Orleans arena, Phillies arena. Them goals is 10 feet tall. And you can get your ass whooped anywhere, any night. So basically what I was hearing is that in 2024 we're gonna get a guaranteed championship. Look, man, look, let's just stop the press. All right, I ain't even gonna say cap. I'm going back old school. Let's just stop the press, man. And to answer your question, BJ, I think there is a high possibility that if Kawhi and PG came back, they can do it, because I was listening to you. You were like, hey, if they came back, they cleared. There's a possibility because that's their best players, right? And then when they're at the top of the key, they play some of the best defense. But Like I said, we'll just see. But at the end of the day, man, look, man, curse or no curse, man, whatever you believe in, them goals are 10 feet tall. Them dudes play ball their whole life. You get beat, it happens. And at the end of the day, man, KD, look, he ain't get jumped. Them boys and them Celtics boys just was on his ass like molasses, like they was on him. They wasn't letting him breathe. That's all that was. But at the end of the day, man, you know, again, to wrap it all back up and bring it back to the center here, you know, if we looking at this business wise, just blow it up. You know, but you know, some people may feel different. They think they should run another year, you know, maybe run a whole nother contract, whatever the case may be. But at the end of the day, man, if we've seen that you cannot be available, and this is alluding to what BJ said earlier in the show almost 2 hours ago, the best availability is being there. You know, you gotta be there. And despite what's going on, you know, whether it's personal, whether it's injury, whether, you know, if this is a certain pattern, we have to take into account and look at that. But we never know. We just got to see what the NBA does. We got to see what the organization does and just see what goes from there. But, you know, all this, you know, curses and arenas and the goals not being 9 feet or 10 feet. Look, man, look, we got to stop it. Just stop the press. But at the end of the day, man, y'all know what time it is. The Pull Up Basketball Podcast shirts, man. The black, the red, the white, the hoodies, the sweaters, the tanks. Ladies, don't be afraid. Go ahead and get yours. DM me or B Jizzle, man. Cash App $ BJ Matthews. PayPal at Broderick Mathers. We do appreciate everybody coming in tonight. We love y'all. We sincerely mean that, man. Everybody that comes in from the original day all the way up to the new people we see today. And, man, hey, at Rick Masters 23 on Instagram, Rick Masters everywhere else. B Jizzle, back to you.
I have to look at this comment by Lando Heartless 216. He said we're gonna take Norman Powell off your hands. No, you're not taking Norman Powell. He's off limits. You're not getting Norman Powell. Crazy boss. That's Norm, bro. That's our third leading scorer, bro. What you mean? But nice try. Anyway, like my man said, get your shirts. You know what I'm saying? Get your shirts red, black, and white for $35 a pop, $40 for the sweaters as well. Go to our Cash App, $ BJ Matthews, PayPal at Broderick Masters as well. You'll get those orders right to y'all. Shipping is free and handling is for free. Hit the like button, hit the share, hit the subscribe. We want to appreciate everybody that came in today. Very great show. Leave your comments at the end of this video. Should the Clippers break up this team? All right. I feel personally, I don't think they should break it up. I do think there needs to be some changes, though. I think that we do need to get rid of the medical staff. I'm going to be completely transparent with y'all. I think if you look at the Clippers' history since Lob City, you got a lot of people are saying that the Clippers' medical staff is a little iffy. We've seen Paul George started getting injured when he came to the Clippers, but before that, he was playing 75, 77 high games every year until he came to the Clippers. So that into itself its own is a problem. So I would look at that medical staff and look to get rid of everybody there. And I would look to see about Kawhi's knee. What are the options from here on out? And how much time do we have to look when we see the grains of Kawhi Leonard? But that's just my opinion. Until next time, y'all respectfully say, pull up a seat, pull up a chair, pull up, peace, out of here like swim. Wow.